Hello and welcome to Combos and Chill Dirty Talk Sessions, and this is the rescheduled session, the one we had with Hadi, and we have the main superstar at the house. He's here with us. He's here with us, Hadi Rushdy.
What's going on?
Say hi to the guys, Hadi.
Hi, guys.
Hi guys, finish, it's finished.
I love how he introduced you, but he forgot his wife.
Oh yeah, you know why. So this is my co-host, she's a Phoenix, and I'm Dirty. And again, this is Hadi Rushdy, the model and rapper, which is a great combo. So whoever is tuning in, please let us know if the sound, if you guys are wondering why I'm so low, because I'm sitting on a stool, so I got the VIP guests.
Adjust to get into the frame.
Special treatment over here. I got
So-
some chai.
Yep. So
You guys have your teas? No, just me.
Yep.
Come on
I mean, I will have it in a bit. But Hadi, why don't you go ahead and just introduce yourself to the people?
Right. So I'm Hadi, 31 years old. I'm a Libra. Doesn't really matter, except I'm really balanced.
Is Libra is good with
I
Cancer?
make music. I guess we're good. I think.
I guess we are good.
I have no knowledge
I think
of.
we're the coolest on the star sign chart on the
Okay.
zodiac of the zodiac signs. People are gonna argue that, but then we'll have to see for ourselves. 6'2". I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. He
important.
plays ball too, so it's amazing.
Well, not because I'm 6'2". It adds an advantage to playing ball being 6'2". Let's see.
What, you're playing center or
No,
what?
I'm a point guard.
Point guard.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that's good. That's basically all the team is on him, like-
Right. Pause.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes. I have hazel eyes. So that's they turn green in the lights. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
you actually have greenish eyes. You don't have like.
important information just for people to know.
Ooh, okay.
Are you single? Are you?
Ready to mingle, if you know what I'm saying. No, but I make music. And I'm
Yep.
pretty silly. It's hard to get me talk about something serious unless it's something that I'm interested about. Otherwise, I'm a very silly person and I make a lot of content. And
Yep.
that's pretty much what I do.
You guys need to check him out on Instagram at Hadi Rushdy, and he actually, guess what? On the night that we had the technical issue, all the technical difficulties, he was just releasing his new single.
It's not a new single. It's a music video for an exhibition.
Yeah, like you were dropping it on that same day.
Dropped it on that same day.
Man,
right.
sorry, man. I dropped the ball like completely.
That's fine.
That's what happens
It
when you
happens.
don't test run shit.
Ooh. We're gonna
So-
have a little marriage.
No, I'm fine with her. I'm fine with her. I know her.
Pulling his legs,
Yeah,
so-
I know where to catch her.
Everyone
Right,
knows
right,
that I
right.
bully him a little
Yeah,
bit.
she fucks up a lot. So
Maybe we'll catch one of them a little later.
yeah, so
Where am I? Is this is the camera right here? Right?
yeah.
That's the one.
You can fit
So
in a bit
just-
more,
Yeah,
like
you can.
yeah.
You can scooch
mic.
over.
Yeah,
Right there.
we're a bit.
I just got the fresh cut too. Want to make sure everybody, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, looks nice.
Can my voice be heard? Or do you need
Yeah. I
headphones,
mean,
or-
no. It's
all-
fine because we're here. We don't need that. If we were
Yeah.
on the phone call, I mean, on the Zoom, yes, we
It
would
would
need
have
it.
been a
Because
yeah.
we're following up with all the chat and everything over
Okay.
here, and it's like
Okay, yeah, this is
broadcasting.
where
So if the
everything's
chat
okay.
comes, it's gonna be on this side, so you can read the questions. I mean,
Right,
we're
okay.
gonna be tuning in.
All right, first person that comments or sends a message will receive a free virtual hug from the couple here. So
a virtual hug.
let's see. Let's see
Okay,
who
he's making contra deals in our name.
trying to get some people to watch the show, boy. Trying to get some people to watch. But let me put
No,
this on
I'm
my
down for
story.
that.
Let me put this on my story.
Yeah, go
sure,
ahead, man.
go
Go ahead.
ahead.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and.
Was my introduction good? Or did you want
Yeah,
some
dude.
more?
It's,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
we're still yet to know more about you because
Exactly.
she's a Phoenix. She's
got
like
questions?
Dude, when I contacted her and I said, first of all, like, do your story.
That's fine. You keep going.
So, when I told her like Hadi's coming in, she's like, okay, this guy, he's a rapper, he's a model, and he's half
Model.
Egyptian, half German, and
Quarter
half
Egyptian.
Filipino. I'm like, yeah, quarter. Anyway, you have that
young.
mix
Guys,
going
got
on.
the
Like, you have that
percentages
mix going on, and she's like, dude, this is gonna be so interesting to talk to this guy.
Because when someone comes from different backgrounds, I've said it the other day as well, it's so interesting to know their mindsets and how they process and create art, for example.
Exactly. I mean,
So-
I never knew that Hadi was a rapper. Like then, I think you started like a couple of years back, like those.
Like
For real,
seriously,
yes,
yeah.
for real, yeah. I hope I don't disappoint with all the questions that you're about to ask.
We are not
The
about to
answers.
ask any
No, it's just a
questions.
normal
I'm just saying,
It's
it's
like-
your
So
curiosity.
anything that comes up, so we are just gonna
Have like
wing
a
it.
fun talk. Yeah, we're just gonna wing
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Well, also, I'm not being rude, guys. I'm trying to get people to tune in.
Yeah,
No
sure, man.
worries, take
Just do your
time.
thing. We have enough time that we can, like,
Yeah.
chill and just pick his brain out,
Yeah.
So-
Pick my brain, guys. Pick my brain.
Why we don't start with this first question? Because we're gonna be watching one of his videos called Tea Time.
Okay.
Okay, it was from last year, yeah.
I believe so. Early last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was either early last year or 2019.
So, how was the process of, what is the song about? Like, what is the initial idea about it? And I see it's being filmed in a parking lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
how was the journey, man?
Parking lot was just because it was available. And it was a nice aesthetic. But tea time, as I'm drinking tea right here.
Yep.
Great tea, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so basically, I don't know how to explain it, but we'd have to watch the video first, actually. How about we watch the video first?
Sure.
Then
Yeah,
we can
and then you
refresh
can
my memory on
explain
why I wrote the song. And then we can talk about what I was going through when I wrote it.
It's all good. Anyway, we wanted to show the video. So, this is Tea Time by Hadi Rushdy. So give it a listen. We're gonna come back to you guys shortly after the video.
People ask me, you okay? Cause you keep this shit grimy. Love a bad bitch to curse well like Hermione. Catch me in the common room all over her hiney. Got the cloak on though, you will never find me. Yeah, I'm Zach with the bounce. This beat a drug, I done took a fucking ounce. Yeah, I feel like if I tried, I could jump over a house. I feel like if I smile, I could take away your spouse. I'm dirty, but I smell like a million. I stay fresh, boy, and I got my million. All y'all fugazi, bunch of Spider-Man, y'all amaze me. I'm hard liquor, motherfuckers gotta chase me. I stay ahead just like what your girl gave me. How I flex better with a dad bod. How I create thunder when I'm not God. Every day I hunger for the top spot. Coming for your head, Mr. Top Dog. Stop, drop, roll, motherfucker, I'm fire. Put you in a hole like my first name, Shia. Oh, what you thought I was done? Well, you thought wrong, sir. You thought wrong. I'm more serious than black. Got my eye on the prize like an Alice the Moody patch. Yeah, bitch, I cover all angles. 360 coming at you like a landlord. I'm pretty funny like a young Adam Sandler. You funny looking like a young Adam Sandler. Boy, I got bars for days. Like, how I be a star in the day? Like, it's crazy there's a son, but I'm making my son too. Becoming the godfather is something me gon' do. I'm a killer. Like Kisame Wasami Hada, I'ma eat your chocolate early. You looking like you shattered. Dame Lillard, bombs away, motherfuckers. I'ma send you all home like how I did with the thunder. I'm a tiller. Yeah, I'm coming for your city, bitch. You know I'm taking over, so you better roll over, play dead, take cover, cause my bombs keep coming. Best be looking for some shelter while I'm at it. I've had it. Mad Hatter with these cats, about to have a mad party, so somebody put the goddamn kettle on the stovetop. It's tea time, motherfuckers. I'ma say it 3 times, motherfuckers. It's my time, my time, my time. All I do is wake up and I'm on that grind. It's Hattie.
Okay,
So-
his name sounds like it.
Dude, that's a dope video, man.
Thanks,
That was a
sir.
dope video.
Yeah.
So, Phoenix was just telling you,
I
like,
was just
who
asking
was
the
the
artist's name because
Yeah.
it's so well done, and the fact that it's just a handheld phone, just like
Yeah.
no professional equipment, and just it looks so nice and neat. It's very
Shout out to my
clean.
boy Nero. Nero was the one who we had a project last year where we wanted to shoot at least maybe 7 or 8 videos to a certain producer that I've been trying to work with for the past since forever. And we just picked out like 7 or 8 of his beats, and I said, let me just write to these, and in a week's time I had like 7 or 8 songs. And we said, let's just shoot it and let's do something, whatever we can with it. And so Yeah, he's like, yeah, let's do a project where it's like it's super independent, where we didn't have any equipment, no funds, no nothing, and he's just like, let me do it on my phone. He edits. So he's like, he wears so many different hats. So he directs. He edits. He's
That's
a gamer.
amazing.
He streams as well.
Oh, that's
so, yeah.
amazing. Oh, it's the same guy you were talking about.
Yes,
that
I
he's
wanted
in
him to
Twitch.
help
Yeah,
with the Twitch thing.
We
Yeah.
can maybe drop him by on his streams and check him out.
Yeah. But we were a two-man team for like maybe half a year before you had to leave, and so like.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it was. And then the story behind Tea Time was just it was one of my favorite tracks from the project because I just had fun with it, and it was just a little flexing and a little just like play like a few metaphors here and there, play with the words, and then in the end I just kind of like I said, it's tea time, and I talked about how. Like if you know the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland and how he has tea time all the time, I like to consider myself the Mad Hatter.
That is a very interesting concept.
I like to consider myself the Mad Hatter of the rap game.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then I said 3 times, mother efforts, my time. So it's basically just me claiming my spot in the rap game.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. Just
Sorry to cut you off, but there is Bundlehead here. Actually, Bundlehead is the one who's designed everything for us.
Oh wow!
What's
So
up,
all the
Akhilesh?
logo, everything. Akhilesh, his name is Akhilesh, but yeah.
Cheers.
Sup? How's everything?
And thanks a lot for dropping by, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Where will the recording of this be? I mean, is it gonna be? You're gonna post the recording somewhere, or?
Yeah. It's gonna be on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
okay.
I got all the.
And
we are
we leave it on Twitch as well. So
Yeah, it's gonna be on Twitch for.
sure, thank you.
It's gonna be there for like 2 weeks because that's the protocol.
limit
The
for-
limit.
yeah.
Unless you get affiliated and then they stay for a month, and it depends on your partnership with Twitch. But yeah, these gonna be on YouTube immediately. So
Yeah.
we have all the platforms. Not all of them. We are on IG, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for now. And then we're gonna maybe branch out to more stuff. So Tea Time, man, where the name came from? It's just because you like chai and tea or
I don't know.
something?
I don't know what my mind state was in when I wrote it, but it's literally just because of the Mad Hatter and like because. If you I don't know if you read Alice or if you watched.
Yeah.
So he has a thing where he's always reminded about tea time. I'm not sure how many times a day he has it, but that was the whole point of the Mad Hatter. He's just crazy. It's like he has tea time all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much why.
That's interesting. Like no one would normally like relate and but how do you how's your process for sitting down and is it any moment of the day whenever the inspiration comes or
actually,
do you have notes ready on your phone and multiple lines written or down or
Multiple lines. I mean, that's what people would expect all the time. But I don't know how to say this without sounding cocky. Like it's as easy as sitting down, listening to something, and just writing to it. Like it sounds so boring to answer, but that's how simple it is. I'll sit down and I'll listen to a beat. If I like the beat, the thing is you can find inspiration anywhere at any time. I don't know when people say that sometimes I'm out of I need to be inspired for me to write. It's just I don't. You can get inspired by anything.
Yeah.
So you sit down, especially if I have a deadline, then it's much easier for me to work with it because I have to do this now because so it's simple. I guess if anything, that would probably be my talent. I guess I don't like talking about talents. It's weird, but if anything. Because I do that comes easy for me, and I find it weird how it doesn't come easy for other people. So I guess that's a talent. I guess
It is for sure. And Akhilesh is saying there's one thing with the guest mic is the same problem. I mean, Bundlehead.
We're just gonna upgrade the.
We need to upgrade the mic. And I think I know where it's picking it up because it's picking it up from this mic as well. So I'm working on that.
Because
but thanks a lot for the notice.
When you're talking, it's coming out in that as well as this.
Yeah,
so.
because So it's fine.
Just ASMR.
Just ASMR right now.
He's doing the proper podcast. You know, in that booth. You're just like quiet.
Quiet, with the sound panels.
I hope it's not a bad echo though.
It's just like it feels like
light echo, but I mean it's.
It's like it goes on and off. Now it's fine.
Maybe it's the placement.
Yeah, I think mostly it's the placement.
How you sit with it because I feel that.
Bye.
A
little.
No, it's fine. You need to be near. Yeah, just
But I
minor.
wanna
Yeah,
ask you,
as he said, it's just a minor thing, which we're gonna fix it out.
Exactly.
So you had a question
So
for Hadi?
okay, so a lot of songs that I've listened to, do you have like inspiration from Fort Minor? Like,
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
that was one of the questions.
I told him, I was like, there is definitely like a feel of when I listen to
That's
like,
so funny. That's
Mike Shinoda.
nobody can pick. Yeah, you know Mike Shinoda. This is so funny. What did you really just?
No. She told me
Dude,
this like
you came up
2
with that
weeks
by
ago.
listening to my stuff?
Just listening.
That's so
I have
weird.
not
You have a
even
good
checked
ear.
out,
You have a really good
She's
ear.
a huge Fort Minor and
So
Linkin Park fan.
I don't
Linkin
talk
Park.
about this so much because I'm not like the other rappers, and where if you I don't have an extensive knowledge of hip hop.
Okay.
Like I know where it's come from. I know you know like the main people that carried it and that brought it into the mainstream. But like I don't have the biggest. If you ask me what's your favorite album, I can't give you an answer. Like who exactly is your favorite rapper? I can't really give you a straight
I
up
understand that completely. Yeah.
But then it's so weird. The origin of why I loved or why I fell in love with rhyming or writing was because the only album I had as a kid growing up was Hybrid Theory from
Linkin
by
Park.
Linkin
There
Park.
you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's the
And
album.
that-
Mike
that's a good
Shinoda was
album.
actually the first
Yep.
person
Yep.
to actually get me, you know, glued to writing rhymes, and then bars and everything else came a little later on. But Mike Shinoda was the
See?
first ever influence.
I mean,
Yeah.
told
you
you.
remember? You
Good
remember?
ear. Good
Thank
ear.
you.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I was just even asking, like, I
He was
was
just playing. I
asking
was
her.
like, this is so Fort Minor.
Yeah.
Like,
Which song? Which song?
he was playing a bunch of them.
I
and
think she's talking. Well, wait.
Because I don't
She
listen
heard
to the
Might
song titles,
Nightmare.
He's just
Yeah,
playing
he
it
just
while
plays
I'm
it.
like
Okay.
working in the
Yeah.
so.
I played her My Nightmare, and where is the
That
other
was-
one that you're sitting on? Like, you know, there's an.
TV screen?
No. You're on top of a building and you're just sitting like this. My something? No, not.
Astronomical?
Astronomical. Yeah,
Okay.
that one.
Maybe
And
from those.
from Tea Time as well. From Tea Time, I
Right.
remember you said that he's very Fort Minor.
Yes.
That's so weird.
When
Yeah.
when she pointed out, I was like, yes, it's very Mike
Because
Shinoda.
even us, like when we try to listen to other bands or artists,
Yeah.
we do have that like that
Right.
thing that okay, this sounds like someone,
Yeah.
you know,
'Cause
like
I feel
that.
like everybody's influence can be heard.
Exactly.
And then
but there is a touch of your like,
There's authenticity
yeah.
and I
Exactly.
mean everybody gets that's the thing like with content or with just anything nowadays. Everything is pretty much a different version of something. I don't know. I've read that somewhere. It's, don't quote me.
Yeah.
on that, but like it's pretty. If you think about it though, everything because there's so many things that are just out there. So many sounds have been tested. So many ways of rapping. So many ways
Exactly.
of singing. And
I mean,
just,
it's decades of work, so
yeah, and
exactly.
so like you'll have there's a
Little
there's an
evolution,
ocean,
yeah.
yes, little.
Yeah.
There's you can hear a little bit of everything in something, but then you can also hear the person's authenticity in there. So
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, there is no end to that debate. As in, like, you know, you always have the elitists that they sit down and they pinpoint, oh, you're
Yeah.
just copying this. I'm like, dude, there is big ass musicians, famous people. Like, okay, I know this because I'm like religiously into their music. I don't know if you know the band. She knows it. The band called Tool. The vocalist, he's one of the most versatile vocalists I've ever seen. He doesn't rap, but he's like clean singing and screaming. I mean, in his own
The
genre,
way he
he's
talks
amazing.
about him is like, you know, he should have
He's-
married him. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Like, he loves him
Exactly.
so
Give him a better
much.
introduction than you gave yours.
Exactly. There we go. Now I'm jealous.
Adi, are you planning on something?
Oh my god.
So even he said that, like, by now it feels like every artist is stealing from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, it's not about being genuine anymore. It's just like you get influence, one way or another.
I
It
mean, but I
will
think the
attack.
word
It-
stealing can be a little too much of an accusation because, like I said earlier, you could really hear a person's influence. It doesn't mean that the person is copying
Exactly.
per se. Like I actually had no, like that. The thought wasn't running in my mind every time I make. It doesn't run through my mind anymore when I make music. When you said Fort Minor,
Yeah.
it brought back so many different memories and feels
Memories.
because I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, because I
just went
feel
on
I
to
feel
do-
that because when you listen to those kind of artists and like songs, they especially Mike writes about very heavy stuff, especially like about his grandfather, that Kenji song and stuff like that. So when I find artists that write about substance, it's more easy for me to relate because like I cannot relate to artists that talk like show off basically. I can't.
Basically, she means Offset.
We had
He knows
a
what
conversation prior to the podcast where
I need
they
like
were talking
a,
about
I
Offset.
mean, she has a point. She has a
I
point.
need like a soundboard with shots fired.
I get you though.
So I mean, she's a bit vocal about. I mean, as any come on, any artist. If you're not talking and you don't even have that bit of ego in you, then there is something wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, it's. I don't think
beg
there's a
ego-
right or wrong.
Ego not to show off, as in like you be confident in your product, in your talent.
But being confident and being egotistic is different. So
Exactly. I'm not saying that
There
the
will be a
complete
certain
extreme.
level
Like,
of-
you know, it's like instinct. We have it in us, but it's up to us. For example, like Hadi, he's not a dick. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Sometimes
if
I
I can
can
say
be.
dick on
Sometimes,
Twitch.
you know,
I mean,
I'm
it depends on who you're
not a
dealing with.
perfect person, you know. I'm not an
But I
angel.
mean, the thing is, like, if someone, for example, my band, AKB, you know, first time we went on stage, we came back, it's like, oh, they straight up told us in our face, you guys are like Limp Bizkit. We're like, okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Then we didn't get it in a very negative way. There is artists that I know of that they tell them you sound like this band. They're like, no.
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, like,
that ego, yes.
Hey,
I'm
Please.
talking about ego that you know that your craft is valuable,
Yeah.
that you're adding your own element and your own touch into it.
Yeah.
So
like, see, for example, now when I told him about he actually like thought that okay,
Yeah.
at least someone is picking up on that. So it should be like accepted. It should not be like, oh, I'm
yeah, as
creating
a
new-
negative feedback.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you can't really expect people to react the way you want them to react.
to it. Yeah.
So it's just.
That's why we always.
I mean, I told him that music is such a thing. Any form of art, it's perception. So
Yeah.
someone can perceive it in a different way.
Definitely.
Akhilesh is saying never was into Linkin Park. I mean, he's into death metal and
black metal and
fucking,
stuff
I
like
don't know.
this. But he's saying, but some good vocals and the Executioner, the one with the 3 DJs and Wayne Static from Static X and Mike is rapping on it.
Wait, really?
That's like back in the days.
Yeah.
It's like a collaboration type of thing.
Yeah.
That DJ band called Executioners. They're 3 DJs. They like hip hop and metal and stuff.
I think
like
they made songs, they made remixes to Petrified and stuff like
They-
that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So you remember
I
she
remember.
heard this song.
Yeah.
She said this is unreleased Linkin Park stuff.
Yeah, it's like underground
Yeah.
stuff. So
I mean, I think Mike, what he does is that if he cannot get it through Linkin Park, he
Yeah,
has
he
Fort
just-
Minor. Like, okay,
yeah.
or maybe sometimes Fort Minor stuff in Linkin Park, you know. But again, Fort Minor is one of the greatest rap
Yeah.
bands. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen people in and out.
I mean, other than that,
Yeah.
for Hadi's songs, as I told the other day as well, the song "My Nightmare" was so touching. It was.
So how you can censor the type of explanation for this song?
I mean, I don't want to make him uncomfortable to like.
No, it's fine. I have no. It's not that I'm
I mean,
more
it
of
is
the,
a general issue, but I mean, we won't.
I mean,
touch
my
it.
I'll
defense,
just- I'll just say,
it was past midnight, and we were just chilling, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Nothing, listen to this." I was like, "Okay."
Listen to My Nightmare Past Midnight.
Yeah, that's like
Such a-
it will bring up
such a
some
dirty thing to do.
feels. Yeah.
I guess the only thing I can say about My Nightmare is
Yeah.
if I really talk about what it truly means, then I might get in trouble. I think that's the best thing
I
I can
understand
say.
Yeah.
exactly.
So if you guys understand what that means,
Yeah.
then you
You can just go
probably
listen to it and
Yes, and
check it
then
out yourself,
connect
and then
the dots. And
exactly.
Remember, it's all hypothetical. It's
Yeah,
nothing's.
and-
It's just art. It's
Based
just
off
and
of
all
imagination,
perception,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
one line could mean something to
Exactly.
someone else. So
That's
exactly,
what it is. That's
exactly.
what it
For
is.
me, it was like, damn.
Man, when she liked she liked my band, and she was like, she had a complete different idea about the songs. Like we have a song called Misunderstood, and she's like, oh, maybe it's because of the direct meaning of being misunderstood.
Right.
She connected
Because
the dots in the lyrics.
are but for him, it's
But later on, I was like, guys, this is literally not about being okay. It is somehow regarding being misunderstood, but it's about Satan.
Okay.
You know?
So exactly. So what the artist might write might not be the same thing that gets through to the channel to the listener. So that is so unique. Like
The team's coming out. Sorry about that.
sorry.
I was
Do you want water?
watching. I'm fine now. I was watching a. I think it was a discussion or debate the other day, and somebody said something really nice, where it's like when you write a book. Let's say you write a book and 10,000 people buy the book. Same thing with a song. You write a song and 10,000 people hear the song. It's like you're writing 10,000 books or 10,000 songs because each song or book is like deciphered or understood from a different perspective.
Yeah, implemented
And
in
so
different ways.
The
Yeah.
story
Yes.
Yeah.
to them is much different than the person right next to them. So it's like it's a really nice thing to think about because it's like how you mentioned, perspective. So many people can just take whatever they want from a song. It's not going to be the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Even probably going to be super far from what maybe the writer was feeling or thinking.
Exactly.
But I think that's the coolest thing about it.
But how do you feel knowing that, like
People don't
somewhere...
get my lyrics?
No, not just that, but like my question is way more deeper than that. It's like, how do you feel when you know that you're helping someone process some deep shit?
Ooh, I don't know.
Have you ever had anyone contacting you?
Yeah, I'm very awkward with stuff like that because it's like, it's great that a person can get through something based off of something that I wrote. That's so cool.
Maybe with not the same intention to help, but like,
I mean, for me, it's a lot of people, and I have this weird, not dislike, but I cringe a lot when people go like, oh, I do this because I want to help other people or I want to inspire other people. I cringe when people say that because don't say that if that's what you want to do, first of all.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
It's very pretentious.
Let your work
Yeah, exactly.
But also, it's like, I really think we all do what we do to help us, not necessarily
Exactly.
anybody else.
I really.
It's like in the 10 or 20 minutes where I have the headphones on and I'm writing something, I'm not bothered by anything else in the outside world. So it's like, and I always say this a lot, and I say this in my nightmare also, look after yourself first before you can look after somebody else. So if somebody else suddenly comes up to me and says, oh, well, I was looked after by your song.
Yeah.
That's great. I really hope you don't get into a dark place ever again, but like it feels, it's cool, but it's not the sole reason for why I do what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's much more personal for you
that.
that.
It's a wonderful factor that you would put out art and someone can like.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I remember being moved by, many artists. I wouldn't go, like overboard and say. I'm not saying it's overboard. I wouldn't go all the way and say that I was saved by somebody, but I was moved and inspired, and there are forms of art that make me want to do more and do better and be better. But to a certain extent, you have to understand, I guess, that you are in control of your own kind of, your own life. So. Yeah, but it's so weird when somebody. I still don't know how to feel if somebody says that. Really.
Yeah.
I guess
it's always new for you. Like even if you have multiple experiences, it'll always be the new.
It'll always be weird for me. Yeah. Thank you. Like that sucks that It sucks that people have to be in a position where a song would have to come out and
like
do something.
Be perceived that way for them. Yeah.
I mean, of course. Yeah, I'd much rather live in a world where that wasn't the case. But like it's.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's gonna be weird for me for a while. I guess. Yeah.
So what are your favorite topics to write about, or like something that your immediate go to? Like, okay, this is interesting. This is what I wanna.
That actually depends on what I listen. Sometimes I have words in my head. Most of the time, it's what I hear. So. I let whatever I hear, like if it's a beat or an acoustic or even if it's just an instrument.
So you do you create the audio first and then?
No, for most of my stuff, it's all the audios are taken from YouTube or like from producers that have nonprofit beats.
Okay.
Or like those collaborative things you do on TikTok.
Yeah. So most of the time I'll let the sound dictate the emotion, and then I just go from there. But sometimes I will, feel a certain way about a topic. Like like brokenhearted. Being brokenhearted is something that I go to. I've written like a bunch of songs.
Damn, that says a lot.
So I'm actually. I think it's pretty obvious I'm very emotional also. So like a lot of it will.
If you're not emotional, there is some. If you're not emotional, there is some fucking problems, man.
Right. But like more than the normal emotional person, I guess.
Yeah.
So like I feel strongly about things, and so it's and
you have the gut feeling.
Yeah, I have a lot of like I get goosebumps easily. I get moved very easily. Sometimes I overthink a lot also.
Oh, well, dude, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
And so, so a lot of it will stem. I do write a lot about feeling lost. I write about continuing to pursue whatever it is you're trying to pursue.
Okay.
It's like I'm very I feel like I've become a very strong, not spokesperson, but just like a believer in. I don't want to say anything is possible, but anything is possible if you put the right amount of work in it. This is what I
Yeah.
to go for.
Like the effort will give you the result.
yeah, not maybe not the result you crave for, but a result.
At least something
general.
better than nothing. Yeah.
So I'm always for continue to pursue whatever it is you're trying to pursue, and that's pretty much what I write about.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but yeah. So I have that. I go to feelings of abandonment. I feel like it's pretty big thing in my songs. Feeling lost, especially.
I mean, these are all topics that are very deep and people can like easily relate to because there's so many out there that are you know having the same mentality. So
it's weird because when I lived in the States, also I just have like countless conversations about the idea of actually being a third culture kid. The term is thrown a lot very irresponsibly sometimes because it's just like third culture. Okay, we get it, we understand.
Yeah.
But like people don't understand that the kids who were born in the Middle East are actually third culture kids. So that's a topic that a lot of people don't know about. But
there's a lot of lost identity kind of feeling.
Yes,
It's because here is another example, so I get that.
So everybody, I think everyone that was, at least all the people that I grew up with, because I left at a young age. Also, I left the Middle East at a young age. But they have an identity crisis somewhat throughout their lives.
Exactly.
So that's and I guess I have the ability to put that on paper and turn that into something with a melody, I guess.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's
exactly.
pretty much.
That's great, man. I mean, this is kind of a journey, you know, like it's, you know, that there is much more into it.
Yeah.
But you know, again, it depends on artists if they want to open up, you know. But it's fucking beautiful that you're actually like, you know, having this side of you that you're bringing in your art as well. And thanks a lot for sharing that side, because usually artists they're like, you know, bunch of pretentious douchebags. They don't want to just like talk about it, you know.
Could be a reason for that also. So let's
maybe
give
like
them the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe. But I mean, man, it's great. I mean, you've grown drastically since the time you came to Combos on the first session last year.
It was last year.
Yeah, I think you were midway starting.
Yeah, I was on the cusp of getting viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
By the way, when did you guys meet each other? Like, how did you guys...
I think either was 2014, 2015. It was through our circle of friends.
Circle.
Okay.
Yeah, we have two mutual friends, Kat and Des.
Okay.
Hi, if you
How
guys.
did you tolerate his bullshit? That's what
Dude, this is literally I think the second or the third time that we're legitly sitting down and talking.
Really?
Believe me.
Okay.
And usually the question usually is how do people tolerate my bullshit?
Oh, okay.
So I guess he's safe. Yeah. I guess he's safe. But yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's because we had similar. I don't know if you went. Which school did you go to?
No, man. Hell no. That we were. I was in a Persian school.
Oh, okay. But here though, right?
Yeah.
You went to school over here. Okay.
You were in grammar, yeah?
No, I went to 3 different schools when I was growing up over here. I was in Rosary, and I was in Mawakib for a couple of years, and I went to West Green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. West
So-
Green, and I
Mawakib,
dropped out of fourth year.
loaded dude, nice.
Loaded dude. It was only for a couple of years in Garhoud, and we had to switch up because we couldn't afford it anymore. But yeah, we were in West Green for a couple of years, and I dropped out of fourth year, and then I left.
Like, you know, we have friends in our circle that they know my Persian friends that they also moved from the Persian school to like grammar or Westminster, like this. So that's kind of scary when you come back and you see like your circle is so tiny and you know this guy through this guy, and there's always that one guy who's the connection.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which it shows that the world is a very small place, but I'm happy that I have like, you know, friends, artist friends like this that I'm so blessed that my wife, she's an artist. So that was one thing that we
hit her up,
clicked
man.
on.
If you guys
Thank
want
you
some
so much.
tattoo designs, man, she just showed me one of her designs. Hit her up.
Yeah.
For sure. She's a Phoenix on IG, and anything if you guys want any
tribal
tattoos,
or normal, anything you're interested in.
So back to the music thing. So what is your influences? Is it like gangster rap or? Because for me it was like, you know, all of us. I mean, for me, I started with Tupac and Biggie. So I was not in the NWA era.
Right.
I was into D12 and like Eminem's.
A little later on.
Yeah.
2000s.
Yep.
Oh, you mean like artist wise?
Yeah, artists, but what it gets you going? Like if you want to jam through the day and.
No, I mean like I think the most common response that somebody of my age maybe or of my skin color will say Eminem was like a huge, a huge factor. Jay-Z, I loved. I actually loved Fabulous. Method Man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Wu-Tang
Busta
Clan.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes is
It's dope,
fucking
man.
insane.
I heard like one album of like Lupe Fiasco when I was a kid, and a lot of people.
Oh,
I get a lot of that also. I get comparisons to that. I don't see it, but like Lupe Fiasco is a great rapper.
I've heard one song of his maybe. but-
Kanye, a couple of his albums. I can't think of the top of my head, of course, but Kanye was definitely a game changer.
Like, what about the newest style
Well,
of rap?
I like Pusha T a lot. Pusha T, he's a great rapper. From newest thing is, this is why I mentioned earlier. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable with. Like, I listen to, like, if you listen to my playlist, it's the most random playlist. It's just like
Yeah.
I have indie music, I have like travel music. There's some hip hop. There's a lot of acoustic, and so it's very.
Like
it's
even
really
he does that
random.
with my playlist. He'll put like house music and stuff while
Yeah.
while I'm like a metalhead.
I like a lot of indie music. There's a thing about indie music I like, but hip hop from the new artists, honestly, like I can't think of like the Baby. Maybe he's pretty lyrical. Oh, I like Jack Harlow. He's up and coming.
You dropped a video that you did a verse if
Yeah,
you had a
that
chance
was
on J.
Jack
Cole.
Harlow. On J. Cole, yeah. J. Cole is definitely.
J. Cole is
J.
dope,
Cole
man.
is insane.
The J. Cole is really
that I
good.
would agree
Is really
because,
good.
yeah.
And Kendrick, J. Cole, and
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick
Kendrick.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, from the new artists, I like Jack Harlow. I even like. There's this indie artist named is Cal Scrooby, another white rapper.
We have a lot to catch up.
Good.
I even like a guy called Asher Roth. I don't know if you
Asher
know
Roth.
because
Back in the day.
he's very
Very Eminem-ish,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So his voice when he's like rapping, it
He's
so
from that
exactly-
lineage of
yeah.
Eminem
Right.
followers, which is like Hobson and
Hobson
Vin J.
is good.
Hobson's
Vin J.
definitely out
Vin J.
there,
Do you know
yeah.
Vin J?
Vin J?
Yeah.
Never
Probably
heard of this guy.
heard.
Yeah.
Have you played it when we?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has like a disc for mumble rap and
okay.
Hobson is good.
Hobson is great, man. Have you? Latest one I heard was Kumbaya, and it was.
I heard him and NF. NF is another.
Is it the like
Man,
recent?
I don't know why I'm thinking of all the white rappers right now. Because we're a minority, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta stand up for the minorities in the rap game. But, another white rapper, Mike Stud. I'm gonna name all of them
okay.
right now. Yeah.
He's on that.
Lil Dicky, you know what I'm saying? We're taking over the. We're never gonna
he's
take
on
over the
that
game.
color
Never.
for now.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But yeah, so because
Oh my
it's only in the rap game that I can ever because growing up here, of course, is different. Like, you know how there's white people and there's white people culture. Like, I'm so far away from white people culture, but my skin is so white.
Yeah.
But because we don't, if anything, growing up, we made fun of the white people also.
Yes.
You know, so-
Exactly.
And in the Philippines, I'm considered white because of my skin complexion. I'm never going to be considered Filipino. when I'm there.
Do they call you Philam?
Yeah, they mix.
does
they,
that
they mix
mean?
It's Filipino and American.
Oh,
They
okay.
mix it up for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Ambor, like just mixed kid, but like.
Dude, they have a lot. Their Philippine basketball team. There is a lot of American, like half American, half Filipino dudes.
I'm curious to know
Filipino.
which.
I'm more Filipino than
Okay.
anything else. Yeah.
No, but my question, I feel like out of these kind of roots that you have, which one do you feel has like more like you resonate with?
Philippines,
Because
yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's without like I wear it on my wrist everywhere I go.
Okay.
It's the closest to my heart because that's where I grew into my own person.
Okay.
Not to sound
Okay.
cliche. But like because it was important years. I left here when I was 16 and I left there when I was 24.
Okay.
So 16 to 24 is a very important part in when you're growing
Yes,
up in life.
exactly.
And
It's
so,
basically like making the foundation
yeah,
of
building your
who you
foundation
are.
of
Exactly.
who you're going to be as a man. And so that was the biggest. I had all the biggest experiences, the biggest reality checks, the biggest, I was pulled down to earth and just all over there because
Okay.
it's not here and it's definitely not the States. So
Because when you first explained to me all your like different percentages of your genes, I was like, okay, that's a very interesting mix.
Yeah.
And that will definitely be a factor, definitely for
Yes,
how you write
yeah,
and
it
how
does,
you
yeah.
think in rap as
Yeah.
well. So
A lot of what I say and sometimes even in my daily conversations with people, as much as I like to think I have a great deal of empathy, I sometimes I shake my head because people don't understand that the realities are different. I mean, we come from third world countries. Well, Iran.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But like, you know, like
Yeah.
Philippines and
I was born in India. Yeah.
right. So like we have. Did you spend a good amount of time there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
her-
came here when I was
yeah.
14.
Oh, I got
so
you.
I was
Okay,
pretty.
Yeah,
So
her
it's a
childhood.
very different, you know, feel towards like the way you attack life is very different than when you come from these countries or if you've lived in these countries because you've seen the worst.
Exactly.
And,
Because like when I was born, after a couple of years, I witnessed the riots that had happened because of some like Hindu Muslim kind of thing. So like that shaped a lot of my, because I write poems and stuff as well. So
Nice.
so like it's a lot about, you know, it shapes you in such a way that it cannot be ever like rectified.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you think about it as damage, then it's a different thing. I look at it always as just something that you can sort of perceive and
Yeah.
you know allow it to somehow help you grow as a person. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah.
like, you take whatever bad experiences you have, and I think it's a character trait where if you can somehow change that into a learning experience, I think that'd be super. That'd be a big plus. But yeah, I do consider myself more Filipino than anything because I spend a good amount of time over there. That's where my mom's from. And you know, like I haven't. My siblings are the ones that spend time in Germany.
okay.
And you know, my grandfather is Egyptian, so
Oh, wow.
we have family in Egypt. But like I couldn't spend enough time in Egypt. I just visited a bunch of times.
Okay.
And then of course, being born here, you're not considered from here. So I don't really
Exactly.
tell people that I'm from here. I just say that I was born here. And so yeah, it's a huge mix of different cultures. I always
Yeah.
say that I'm racially ambiguous. Well, I'm ethnically ambiguous.
That's
Yeah.
a very good term.
Yeah.
Like
Way to
I
put
picked that up in New York. I was
Exactly.
because New York was the first city that I lived in when I went to the States, and I was there by
Okay.
myself, and I lived
How's
with
that
the
experience?
best experience of my life. Just the
Nice.
best. Yeah, it was my favorite. It's my
What's your
favorite
best
city.
memory from that place?
Oh my God! Everything from landing to working my first job to getting lost to jumping on the trains to
Oh.
watching street
Oh.
performances to performing in
Oh
parks.
yeah, the street performing.
Everything.
It's amazing. Yeah,
Everything, all my experiences in New York was the best experience I've ever. Was the best.
Nice.
But I remember I couch surfed, meaning so like I didn't know anybody or anything when I went to New York. I just
Okay.
basically jumped there, and I couch surfed. It's basically an app where you connect with different people on this app, and if you're traveling somewhere, you ask if you can stay with them, and they host you.
Okay.
So I stayed somewhere for free, basically, for a couple of weeks. But the place that I stayed at was in Brooklyn, New York, in Crown Heights. It was like a big house, 2 floors, and there were like 13 people living in this house. Everybody was
Wow.
a big house.
Wow, wow.
Okay.
And so many roommates, but coolest people in the world, and I mean, that was the best time because I got to converse with like such cool people, such
Nice.
open people.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that gave me the term. They called me ethnically ambiguous.
Ambiguous there.
Which is
Now I
oh,
get
sorry,
it.
what was it? Ethnically, yeah.
For them, it's quite mesmerizing to see this
Yeah.
mix
Yeah.
happen. You know.
They get so. They're weirded out, one, by the fact that I sound like them, which is because we're heavily influenced by Western culture.
Exactly.
And then they get super creeped out by the fact that I sound like them. I remember having an actual argument with somebody out of the train because he thought that I was lying about where I was from.
Okay.
It was an actual argument coming out of the train. He asked for directions, I gave him directions. He's like, which part of New York are you from? I'm like, I'm not from here. He said, oh, what do you mean, which part of the States are you from? I'm not from the States.
Oh my
And he
God.
got angry. He's like, stop, why you gotta lie to me like that?
Yeah.
I was born in the Middle East,
Do you want to
my
see my
guy.
documents?
Yeah, I was born in the Middle East, my guy. I remember. And so like, yeah, that's one thing to get
So it
creeped
felt
out.
like home. The guy is entering.
Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Oh my God.
And then second is they get freaked out at the amount of pop culture that I know and my sense of humor because it's very simple. And the thing is, I get freaked out sometimes because I know a lot of people from here as well, but my humor doesn't come across to them either, or my way of speaking, way of thinking. And sometimes I question myself as to why I'm more like that
Yeah.
than anybody else.
I feel that because we get influenced by the music we listen to, the
Yeah.
shows we watch,
Yeah.
and it like builds our, for example, accents,
yeah.
and you know. So
Yeah,
I feel
exactly,
that has a huge
Yeah.
influence on us. So people from here may not understand that, you know,
yeah.
but like even for people out there, it would be difficult to
The
process.
thing is, like, I went down a rabbit hole of different kinds of pop culture, and then like I think humor is what's shaped my mind a lot, to be honest. like my first ever influence.
Did you watch a lot of stand-up?
Yeah, so I watched a lot of late night shows.
Okay.
Like Conan O'Brien was one of my favorite.
Oh, nice.
It's one of my favorite people in the world.
Nice.
And so like I would do everything from watch all his shows to read what he writes, to watch his videos on YouTube, and it kind of like developed, my personality. And then when I lived in the Philippines, there was different things that we watched over there and stuff, and so everything comes into play. And so like it's pretty much. But yeah, they always get creeped out when I'm in the States, and then they find out that I'm not from there, which is cool because like a part of me is like, I'm gonna be from there, but like there's a part of me also that says
Like it gives you that feeling like I can play between two sides. So I can
Sometimes,
play this
yeah.
guy and I can play that guy.
I mean, like, and people
Build
always.
multiple personalities.
I have like arguments with people. I even lost friends because they are so convinced that because I talk so much about the States because it's honestly the most home that I've ever felt. That's why I talk so much about it, because I never once had to go through the things that I went through on a daily basis in the Philippines, or I never had to worry about what I would say, like how I do over here.
I think that you were just like
ignored.
blend out there much
Yeah, it's
better
very. I
than-
was just
That's the
gel.
advantage.
You can gel very
Exactly,
easily.
and the freedom of thought.
Yeah.
Firstly, the freedom of
That's
thought.
my favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a. I've had some bad experiences with that because sometimes it gets too crazy.
Okay.
But just the fact that it's possible is so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember like when my first day when I landed there, and I was standing in line waiting for a taxi. There was a person who looked like they cut in line, but they were just joining their mom in line. They were buying something.
Okay.
And as soon as the person jumped in line, somebody said, "Are we gonna accept this? Is this person?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they started all started talking and this protest. I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody has feels because everybody, you have your rights.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was laughing.
Putting that here in this
It's-
environment,
yeah,
it's such
you
a
can.
like a
It's gonna be
ridiculous-
total chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
exactly.
I remember I was just laughing at the person in front of me. Like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, this is amazing that you guys can just speak your mind and
Yeah.
and protest. And so I remember I had these conversations a lot when I'm in the States, and it's really funny.
So out of all the places that you've stayed, which do you find is more like fruitful for you to write
New
in?
York.
New York?
New York is what started everything for me.
Okay.
But that's what started everything. But I wrote a lot of stuff when I was in LA. So I lived in LA after New York for a few years, in and out. And then I grew into the writer that I am here also.
Okay.
Because I spent a large amount of time here now. Like that wasn't part of the plan. When I came, end of 2018 was when I came.
Okay.
End of 2018, and the plan was to head back after a year. But then in 2020 everything happened. And so,
Exactly.
Yeah, so I've been here.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
So now, do you have any like plans for moving out, or like do you want to just make home here, or is it just like you're gonna be between the?
I definitely don't want to make home here or make here
Okay.
home. But it is. I mean, like, of course.
It's one of the possibilities
certain
that you
extent.
might, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's definitely not in my plan or in my
Yeah.
agenda.
It's
But
not even plan B, you know?
First of all,
Yeah.
like, and I think it's really important to say this. It can't be any of our homes if you think about it. Everyone's here for a short period of time.
So if you think of a place where that'll be the most productive, would you like to move back to New York, or like any other place?
If I had a chance to live in New York, I'd take it in an instant.
Okay.
If I had like something
I think
set
I
to
had
me.
this
Conversation with me?
conversation with you last
But the thing
time.
is, lots of things happen along the way also, and of course I have things that keep me grounded over here, that keep me, loving being here. Like my family's based here, that's
Okay.
one, and two, like over the past couple of years, I've made friendships and I've created bonds and circles that are very, very important to me now, and I'm also part of a brand at the moment that is pretty much like my baby. I'm a partner with one of my super close friends, named Gab. He started this brand called 50C. I post a lot of it on my stories. It's a
your
basketball
team is also,
platform.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
basketball platform and has a team as well, and so we kind of are the leaders of the brand, and so that's very, very dear to me. And so like these are things that keep me here. And I just got signed to a production house recently, and they've
Congrats,
offered
man.
me a job.
And I was
stuff,
looking
and
at
so,
your
yeah.
story, like they're giving the chance to many of the like young guys out there as well. So
What do you mean?
like on
It's
your
like
team,
talents, you know, like-
Yeah, because it's a talent. It's a
Yeah.
production house and a talent house
Yeah.
also. I'm
Yeah.
one of the first. I'm one of the first 4 that they signed, and the only English rapper rapper on their squad.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I mean,
it's-
even with your resume, I mean, we didn't talk. I mean, we talked mostly about your journey and being.
Yeah.
I mean, how you got into rap, but
yeah.
the whole modeling thing when it's
Oh, that's
like
just, that's just. I know you
How
want
do
to bring
you
it
go
up.
about having
It's not a thing. It's like it's something that I
was
do.
so excited when I saw your picture
No,
over there.
my
Like,
God, that's
Dude,
so-
his reaction! Oh my god!
I was
Everyone
like,
in the store
I was like, come
looking
here,
at
come
him.
here. He's Hadi, my friend. You know?
so lame. It's so lame. But
He was reacting as if he
oh
saw
my God,
Tom
am I
Cruise.
in view?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
he
okay.
moved the
You
camera
moved
a
it a little
bit.
bit? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fixed it so you
Look,
can be.
so there's an agency that I used to be a part of that kept me on their list of talents as an MC, like as an
Okay.
events host.
Okay.
And so randomly one day my handler goes, do you want to just go for this casting? They're looking for plus size models. And I was just like, first of all, how dare you pick me? Second of all, how much am I gonna get paid and where is the location? And so I go there and that I found it was really easy for me to just stand in front of a camera and pose, and so like that became a thing that I would do every month. And that's what's been sort of keeping me afloat in terms of keeping a car and making sure that I have money if I go out and stuff, because I stay with my parents when I'm here. Well, with my mother.
Okay.
And so it's like I don't have to worry about the roof over my head when I'm here.
Exactly.
When I'm away, it gets
Yeah.
really stressful. So this was always been like my recharge place. So I would
Okay.
come here recharge before I go out on my adventures in the States or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like I've been here for long now, and so like I've created a reputation for myself as a plus size model, I guess. And
Do you
so-
still get contact for like
I have a shoot
casting?
tomorrow, my man.
Oh, nice.
But I say no a lot. I say no now. But I just said yes to tomorrow's shoot because, I just started the gig, the job, and so like I'm still not in a position where I could really feel comfortable. So I have to take whatever jobs I can get. But I'm very selective now, so it's like I'm not going to do it. And plus, I'm also very focused, and I'm trying to discipline myself so I can try and get out of this plus size shape.
Actually, yeah, I
and get
guess.
back in shape. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, one thing, it works in your advantage because you're tall. You know,
Yeah.
touch
People
wood.
say that, but it's still.
No,
I don't know if
believe
you,
me,
no,
believe
but my
me.
thing is also, it's like it's just don't be tall and out of shape. Just be whatever size you are in shape. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we all have our like little. We battle our little
Yeah.
with our self-esteem.
I mean, that's-
Like for example,
That's very, very
I faced
debatable.
a lot of issues with like comfort eating and stuff like that,
Right.
because many people get into it easily.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so
It's-
stress
it's-
eating and stuff like
In
that.
my
and
opinion, it's this region's lifestyle.
Yeah. Also, because you're just getting out of
The thing is,
AC
like-
into AC, like you're not having much.
Like I don't know. Correct me if I know America, they're crazy about fast food, but
people just that's another thing that's like it's stigmatized really.
it's their culture.
I feel
Yeah.
it's not just fast food.
No,
dude, like, for
it's their
example-
culture. They know the limitation. Like they can handle it
Like
a
for
bit
example,
better than us.
when I was like,
Not really, no. Not really.
dude, I feel it's also the habits of how you are fed as a kid also, because for me, I was just given a plate full, and my parent or my grandfather or my grandma, they used to just shove morsels in without a filter,
Right,
with
right.
no
Dude.
filter at all. So I don't know when I'm full or not.
Right.
So that was one factor that
That's
happened to him as
crazy.
well.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Other than that,
I mean,
like,
come on, man. Filipinos,
Yeah.
how you guys eat?
Right,
It's
right.
like, dude,
But, dude,
one
the first
variety
thing-
is not enough.
Dude, first time when I came to know that they eat cake with food, I was like, what?
Dude,
What do you mean cake with food?
Like they,
she's
they
talking
eat
about the
desserts
whole like
and,
when there's a like celebration happening or like a get together.
Dude, I've seen my
You guys
colleague
have the
at my
pancit and steamed rice
like,
and
Right.
like this dessert, and then it's just same morsa, and I couldn't
Oh
process
no, we eat
that.
the dessert after. We eat dessert after. We don't
They
eat dessert
eat
at
the-
the
but
same
you know,
time.
But they do have
They-
like
it's like-
maybe it's certain like
Certain parties,
But
yeah, maybe.
like the whole way of
But I
like
was shocked.
I was actually telling her this last night. Is like us on this side of the world, the Middle East, the Asia, Far East, and all these. Our cuisine is simple, but we have like that flair into it that it's.
I don't think it's simple though.
No, I mean as in simple, as in like, you know, we can take any ingredient and make it tasty. Remember we were talking about like simple, dude.
Yeah.
They have simple
Because-
snack dishes in like the Indian cuisine.
Yeah.
They're like bunch of
Because he's vegetarian, so like you know, for
So-
him to find options, it's very difficult in other countries compared to
Right, yeah,
you know, where they're Indian
like if
stuff.
like when I was in Malaysia, dude, left and right you can find veggie options, like left and right, because they're veg is part of
I
their.
don't know
part of their
how he
culture.
never knew about all this. So back to the thing. So then I had to. It was such a big transition to go into, for example, bad eating habits, to training yourself and getting out into
Yeah.
you know that mindset that okay, no, this is enough. That creating that filter by yourself without anyone's
Yeah, it's
help.
gonna
and
be
so
crazy.
It's yeah.
Like
it's
for
crazy
me,
a lot of
I
people.
was okay.
So for me also,
The moment I met her and we started the marriage thingy, the whole thing, I stopped being vegan. I was
And I
vegan
stopped
for
training,
2
so,
hours.
yeah,
So
well,
for 2 hours, but for 2 years.
That sounds about right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was vegan for almost 2 years, dude. Drastic change. Like a lot of things in me changed, like for the better. And like nowadays, if I sometimes when I get stuck, I don't have any options when you're outside. When I try something with cheese, oh my lord, like I just go ape.
and
Like
he
you know.
cannot eat. His body cannot process beef and stuff like that
Like,
anymore.
dude, like we have a
So-
dish, like my mom makes. It's her favorite dish called. It's like a.
Dude, his mom's cooking.
It's a herb type of. It's like a mix of 5 herbs, and it's a stew.
Okay.
This stew, I mean, they usually put lamb.
Okay.
So
What's it called?
Ghorme sabzi.
Golden sabzi. Okay.
Yeah, it's sabzi. It means
Veggies,
like veggies,
herbs
like
and-
herbs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sabz in Persian it means green.
Okay.
So ghorme it means like korma. You know,
Yeah.
like you know some
But
sort
it's
of a
made
stew.
meat products usually,
Yeah.
and it's got beans as well in it.
So that
But
one.
dude, if you eat that, like if for example I eat with my hand sometimes, dude,
Right.
the smell will not go out of your hand for the next 2 months.
It's like one of these foods.
It's
But
one-
the point
yeah.
is that my mom used to give me the one without the meat, so she takes it off, like you know the meat off the thing, and I'm like,
But it can still smell
dude,
it, yeah.
it's so obvious for me to smell meat and like chicken and stuff like this. It's very straightforward. Back to the point, what I was trying to say that. We got, as you said, from childhood, we got used to
Yeah,
that certain type of diet,
exactly.
and then for us to break out of that is quite. It's gonna be hard
Exactly.
for like.
and
we
like
don't-
some parents will like encourage their children to like get into something or whatever.
Man, I was at
but-
Dubai Mall. I think the kid was like what, 2 years old or like 3 years old. Her like his mom gave him a Happy Meal. Immediately after the Happy Meal, and 1 scoop of Baskin Robbins. I mean, like, look at that kid's size. You're giving him more than 3,000 calories in one go.
I mean, I guess
What his body gonna start programming?
it
you know?
becomes normalized because maybe
That's
they
how
were
it
raised the
happened
same
to
way
us,
as well,
man.
you
That's
know?
how it happened to us. You
There
know?
are no limits taught. That's what I'm telling you. There
No
are no
limits.
filters. So that's the issues
aren't
people
as
have.
educated
Yeah.
as
So
back
each
in the
each person will have their own like a struggle with it or a beginning with it.
But I mean, come on, man. You are
But
kind
the
of in
fact
the
that you're-
minority of plus size models, which is kind of your advantage, you know?
let's not label him anymore.
No,
He's trying
but
to
I
get out of
mean,
it.
dude, come on, man. Think business here. Think
I mean,
business.
it's definitely key. It's been giving me funds left and right, but it's like it's not. A thing.
It's
not a big
it's
thing.
yeah, it's not your thing.
It's not a thing at all. Yeah, to be honest. It's fun because like the people that I work with sometimes you know I have fun with the people that I work with, but like it's not like
Something
no
that you
offense
want
to
to
people
focus
who take
on.
it as a profession. Like I'm not gonna like oh yeah, I'm a model. It's not like that. Yeah.
So what is like your end? Like what do you feel that there's like one thing that specifically you wanna achieve or get?
So many things
you know?
really. Like I'll. You know,
But one thing that has been always on your like that list on top.
I want to be. I want to reach a very very high level of influence in the world in terms of being an entertainer.
Okay.
And I would have to get through that door first with one of the outlets, which is music, and then from there kind of branch out because all forms of entertainment, I feel like I'm quite capable of being good at, and then use this level of influence. This is where it gets a little too far-fetched. I want to go back to the Philippines, and I want to, in my through my experiences and from what I feel is needed, kind of give back in that sense. I don't want to sound charitable. I don't want to sound like,
Yeah.
I want to do philanthropy, but no, it's more of like, I know that if the right schools are built or the right...
Yeah, because I'm sure that you must have come across a lot of like talent there.
Oh yeah, that's what I say the most is, it's the most underrated. I feel like we have the most talent in Asia, to be honest, because
I agree.
every other.
There are a lot of like people who sing their voices and stand up as well.
And so there's just no platform for people to grow in that sense in order for it to get back. But yeah, I feel like I do. That's my main goal is to go back and do something.
That's amazing, because like even he was showing me a couple of Filipino bands here, and I was like, I never knew they existed, because they don't get the right platform and the recognition that they deserve, and like there's so much out there that people are not aware of because of this. So it's just the reach that they don't, and that's great that you want to do that for all those, I
mean, again, you remember I was telling you the other day, I mean, for example, me personally, I don't have any hometown or anything to go back to, but there are a lot of people that I know that they actually working here to go back to their hometown. For me, I'm coming from a war zone, born and brought up here, and completely lost identity. Who am I?
Exactly.
And no one is here to deal with my case. There's no department.
Well, the thing is, the advantage you have, or people like that have, is there are more people who feel the same way.
Yes, I agree. You
have some sort of...
Who's Sam Momo 21? I've never seen the...
Anyway, hello for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining.
Also gets keeping...
Also gatekeeping mentality.
Which part of the tell us which part of the conversation you're talking about.
I feel that she or he, I'm not sure who is that, but like they came on the point when we were talking about the artists that don't get recognition.
Thank you very much for dropping by. Please elaborate
if you have
more.
Any questions for him, you can ask.
We're complete because we're so into the conversation.
Well, if he's watching,
this is our guest, Hadi Rushdy. He's a model and a rapper. We're talking about his rap journey, and I think you joined when we were talking about his modeling.
But I was saying earlier about you feeling lost as well. There's lots of people that are in the same boat. So it's just a matter of meeting the right person,
Exactly.
Just having that. Because the thing is, here, you can't call this place home, but you can call people home. Right?
That's a very heavy thing to say, and
I mean that thing doesn't come easy. The stuff sometimes some people say it has a bigger picture behind it.
Like he's dropping bombs here.
Bam. But here's
how's Hadi love life with
Carne? Oh my God! So
is he?
She's a friend of mine.
Okay.
Teacher Samar. Just say Teacher Samar. That's it.
Teacher Samar. Thank you very much for joining us.
She's on vacation right now. And so she has all this time to send all these messages.
I'm so glad she came.
Well, okay. You know what? What is your question from Hadi?
Carmen is a
bars.
I don't know if you mentioned
you can pay people home. I think that's an autocorrect. She just means home.
So she's talking about. I did a bunch of TikToks. I did a bunch of duets with this artist. Her artist name is Queen Herbie.
Okay.
And so that's who she's referring to.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of people, not a bunch, maybe like 4 or 5 people commented saying that it's pretty obvious you have a crush on this artist. I just like her sound.
Is she the one who was sitting with a guitar and she was singing?
No.
Dude, that one with the guitar was insane.
When I heard, because I loved it. I heard her on his story and he was just playing it. I was like, who's that?
Right, she's just an artist I found on TikTok.
Oh,
okay, really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but this Carmen girl that she's talking about.
She's on TikTok as well?
Yeah, Queen Herbie's on TikTok. She's an artist. I'm not a fan. Okay, because I like her work, I like her music. But just to get that straight, I don't have a crush. Do not.
So that resolves that.
Yes. Heavy no. But she has great music. And one of the songs that I remixed actually went the most viral, but I was never credited for that.
You mentioned it the other day, but unfortunately.
Yeah, but just can you explain a bit more? Like TikTok only in this region has that problem.
No. I was talking about what I was talking about is I remixed the song from this artist called Queen Herbie. She made a song called Sugar Daddy. I remixed it and I made a song called Sugar Mama. Sugar Mommy. And so I posted that, and it picked up on a few views on TikTok, but a big page took the sound and posted it on theirs as if it was their song.
Okay.
Without giving me any credit. And it went so viral.
So TikTok doesn't have these filters like.
No, because first of all, it's a remix of a song, and so it's that stuff can happen. We just put stuff out like that. It's free content, first of all, so it can be grabbed, it can be stolen. But it would be nice, of course, if you were credited somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This page failed to credit me, but I don't think they knew that it was going to go that viral either.
I mean, if
hundreds of thousands of TikTokers have used this sound, millions of views,
and none of them.
And only maybe 1% of the people know that it's me.
You know what would be awesome is that if people from like your page could go there and like just comment like at you, and then everyone would know. And she's saying, "Don't say anything wrong, my guy, because I'm sending her this." She's gonna get you in trouble.
Yeah. No, but like a lot of people have, including her as well.
That's awesome. Then I guess that's good.
And they gave me credit in the comments.
I think you're gonna be the reason why I'm gonna make a TikTok account now.
You should.
That's the thing. I never got into TikTok.
You will get into it.
Dude, it has a huge Vine energy as well.
There's so many. You will find your energy. That's what it is.
And also
people think they're either too old, too young, or they're not. You will find your energy.
Because during the quarantine, I downloaded it for just funsies, and
that's what I did.
I came across artists like, for example, I'm too much into calligraphy. Okay, so I write myself. So like when I saw the amount of talent out there, it's insane. It's a very good platform.
I mean, as far as I know about it, there was just a bunch of people dancing and getting views.
No, you were on the wrong side of it.
I was not, because everyone's losing their shit. It's like, oh, I need to get this much of views. I gotta get some prize or whatever.
It's not just that.
No, it's just a platform where you can find whatever it is you're looking for.
Like I used to follow these ladies who used to make, like, for example, homemade candles and stuff, and like pieces of art, like literally, and then they used to do the packaging themselves, and like putting the stamp on it, the seal on it, everything. Like they used to do it's beautiful. It's like if you choose the right side of it, you can get a lot of like useful tips and stuff as well. So yeah.
I mean,
you should download it. You should download it and spend 2 days on it, then you'll be okay.
Yeah,
I have enough on my plate that I need to deal with. That's your job.
See, that's what I said. That's what I used to say. But see what happened after I jumped on it.
Yeah.
Dude, you jumped on it last year, yeah?
I told him.
Last year.
How many followers do you have now?
I have around 14,000 followers.
Are you kidding me?
That's amazing. That's so good.
Dude, that's crazy.
Let's make one for even convos.
How you did it? Is it like networking?
Just post content, man.
That's just normal.
People
stuff.
think there's like a secret to it. If you have good content and you post good content out, people will find it. Yeah.
That's 14,000. That's a great achievement, man.
Like we were just cooking together, and we were just making popcorn, and I just made him taste, and like it's just normal video. I got the most reactions out of that story. Like it's just random shit. Just random shit. You don't have to do something.
She does this stuff.
Everything is content, guys.
Yeah.
Everything is content.
She's saying it was such a smart move for you, Hadi. That's how I discovered you. Hat guy is too cool for school.
Thank you.
His name is Ahmad. But everybody calls him Dirty.
Everybody calls him Dirty.
Hence the show's
huge
name.
Story behind that.
So, there's no huge story.
If you want to know the story, just
no, she doesn't. Ask. She or he doesn't need to know the story.
It's a she, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. She doesn't. You don't need to know the story. Thank you very much for joining us. That's just enjoy and relax and just chill. Listen to Hadi talk. By the way, why not Hadi? You do a freestyle. Come on, a live freestyle. Give us a go.
Give me a topic, or give me 3 or 4 words.
If you ask me, I'm gonna say existential crisis.
Oh my God, here we go.
What crisis?
Existential crisis.
Check it out.
She likes like deep concepts like this. She's like really dabbles into
Nazu, aka Phoenix, India with the spices, asking me to make a freestyle about an existential crisis.
Ooh.
Sitting over here and we chilling. Convos, tea in hand. Yes, we used to listen to music. She used to like D12. That's a rap band.
Nice.
Me, my name is Hadi. These other girls out here, they call me daddy.
Ooh.
No, that's just a joke. I just like to say things that are quite funny. And if I make them rhyme, then we all know that I'm gonna get a clap. Yes, that's it. My name is Hadi, and the music I make is rap. That's it.
Thank you.
Dude, having the dude, the
awesome.
vocabulary ready in your head like this, it's
That
crazy,
is
man.
great. That is great. He made crisis rhyme with
Yeah.
spices, so that's
Dude, if it was me, I would be like loading on this.
Yeah.
Like with me, like if I wanna like write something, I was stuck on my band song like a couple of I think a month ago. Dude, I came up with the melody in the shower.
That's how it is.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
just pops. I
Yeah.
was on the phone with him. Like,
Random
he's like,
places.
tell me what you think about this. I rhymed it for him. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. This is nice. Then I showed it to the guys, and
Yeah.
everyone was like,
And sometimes I help him with the rhyming word, like
Right.
rhyming like different.
K Daddy?
K Daddy?
K daddy.
Who's K Daddy?
No,
No,
she's
'cause I-
like she's reacting
Oh.
to it.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. 'cause I said,
Oh, by the way, it's your first time on this channel. I'm a bit slow, so
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
say that about yourself.
Yeah.
Give yourself some credit, man.
I am giving myself. I am slow. So
He's like,
take it easy with me.
We good. But
By
yeah.
the way, Sam, I'm his wife. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's a
before
phoenix.
This show is all his brainchild. He just gave me the honor to come on and just be fucking
yourself, and I think, yeah,
goofball. So
The thing
yeah.
is, like,
carrying the show right now, girl. No, I'm just kidding.
the thing is that
no.
she
We all
is.
are, we all are.
She
Don't
was
say
such a natural on this whole thing. That's why you were asking before when we were off
You know
air.
what's weird? I'll cut you off there real quick. Sorry, but
No,
like
it's fine.
when people go like somebody's such a natural at things, it's really basically somebody who's just themselves. That's really it.
Exactly. Basically,
Thank you.
this is
Yeah.
us on a daily basis.
Right.
But
And I
now
told
we're
him-
just
I
it's
told
just
him that
a.
don't be formal, don't be any, just like portray yourself
Just be
as
dirty,
who
you know?
you are.
Call
Exactly.
yourself slow. It's
exactly.
okay. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no worries.
You all are cute.
Yes, you guys are.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. It
I
means
hope
the
you
world
visit
to us.
again. We have the schedule for the show on the.
Like-
Follow them on
just-
Instagram. Follow
Yeah.
them on
Yes,
Instagram.
please.
Anyway, at the end of this, we're gonna drop like all the
Yeah.
captions, all the links to Hadi's pages, and all
Yeah.
where you can find his music and,
every
everything.
Thursdays we have these shenanigans sessions. We
Yeah,
just
we
had one
literally
yesterday.
we just literally named it Absolute Shenanigans.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
sit down and just
He told me,
blabber.
what do you want to name it? I said, just name Absolute
You know,
Shenanigans.
I know I'm not one for people who just makes random suggestions because sometimes I hate when people do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like just walking in here and seeing like how you were cooking, you got some cupcakes out there, you had the tea. Y'all should make like an eating session, like an eating segment.
Dude, believe
He
me,
told
last
me,
night.
But like I thought, I told him, I was like, baby, do you think that people will like?
It doesn't
us
matter.
being-
If y'all are having fun doing it, do it.
We
Okay.
jump into one of
I
our
mean, I-
friends' stream. His name is DJ Zach. He does gaming streams. When we jump there, it's only food talk, and
Right.
they're like, "Listen, stop talking about food. We're getting hungry." You know, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
dude,
saying.
we're both of us foodies, and we
And
really
we
like.
discuss food, we discuss music, cars as well, because I'm a fucking
We all-
Mustang girl. So
And you guys are coming to the show, to the exhibition, right? My Ride Expo.
when is that?
Where is that?
That's in August.
Sure, man. Oh, it's an expo. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I actually have.
Where is this held?
It's gonna be Global Village parking lot.
nice.
It's like 10 minutes
Dude,
from here.
the one that you shot your video.
Yeah, that's for that. For
That
exhibition.
chick that was dancing around the cars
Oh,
and
right,
stuff,
yes,
the one
yes,
with long.
yeah.
My friend was there. I think Nahad was
Nahad. He's a
one
car
of our,
guy, so I'm not
that guy is a car guy. He
Yeah.
has like he has Evolution now. All into
Sorry guys, I'm so
customization.
sorry, but Sam
Oh, yeah.
was asking a question. When are we getting an Arabic rap?
Never.
I don't think you talk Arabic.
Never. You were never
you
getting
fluent
it.
in Arabic?
I'm not fluent in Arabic, but like I can speak conversational Arabic.
Are you like
It's the same thing.
grammatical ones or like grammar?
Like Fusha, I mean, like pure.
I speak. Yeah. Like.
Really?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you so shocked?
But it's like
You should be impressed.
I have a friend. She's Armenian. We have a lot of Armenians in Iran, but she never talked to me in Persian. When we went to Motion Gates and there was a friend with us, which were annoying, so she snapped at me in Persian. I'm like, so you're talking Persian?
Right, yeah.
I have this.
Excited.
You know what he said? He's like, what do you want? Are you okay?
Wait, so how many languages do you know in total?
Just 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
My
German
sisters
didn't
don't know.
penetrate.
My siblings are the ones that speak
Dude,
the
German
European
has a
languages.
very difficult like grammatical rules. It's very difficult to learn.
Yeah.
It's as difficult as Mandarin, so.
Pretty sure. I mean, like if you live. Well, there's different types
Yeah.
of
Also, I feel there's a difference between-
People demand whereas the people demand it.
That's actually a great idea, man.
Basically.
No, I mean, if you see like the stuff that I do for like the exhibition song, for example, I snuck in an Arabic term there. Like, I said hello Allah, and then
okay.
I even snuck in the Filipino word in there. But like, if it's like for like stuff like that, if it's like for a company or
Yeah,
like,
she's asking how about in
the same.
Pinoy.
and so like it's just I personally find it corny when a person does that just so they can grab the attention of the people. From
But isn't it like, culture driven?
No, because I don't rap in Arabic, nor do I rap in Filipino. So it's just me fishing. You know what I mean? But like sometimes
It works.
because the words that I use in my daily lingo, I could, yeah, but it's a little corny.
But I mean, that brings up another point for me, that maybe the way you write a song can be way more powerful in another language, or maybe the words that you use. For
Yeah.
example, Arabic is beautiful. So when you write, like for example, even Tagalog, like I'm not well versed at all, so
Yeah.
I'm not aware. But I'm sure that there are some like bomb ass words
Oh,
that
yeah,
you can
definitely.
use
Yeah, yeah.
that won't be translated
Yeah.
accurately in English.
My thing is also like
So-
knowing artists who dedicate their lives to solely writing in Arabic, or solely writing in Filipino. Like I would find that if somebody wrote like a lot of Filipino rappers or like Arabic rap or like even just like people from people who don't have English as their first language, when they use just random English words in their raps, I find it so corny, so corny for me. It's just like
I get that.
I would stay. Of course, it's nice to kind of just like expand and go through different lanes, but I would like to stay in my own lane when it comes to writing music, and I write more
So your comfort zone
powerfully
is
in
okay.
English.
Okay.
I can get more out there. I can have things that I feel are.
Did you ever like? Sorry, but
It's fine,
like,
yeah.
please continue. I don't
No,
know
no,
because I don't want to forget because
Go
I
ahead,
have
go ahead, before you forget.
dude, I have goldfish memory. So like
That's why he's
then-
telling you go ahead and
That's why I say it before you
Do
forget.
you have any like books or like from your past where you've written down or jotted down your like
my
raps or
thoughts?
something? Yeah, or thoughts.
A lot of my stuff is online
Okay.
because I use an app called Evernote. Shout out to
Okay.
Evernote if you guys want to sponsor me. But Evernote is this great app that just like if your computer crashes or if you forget to save, it's automatically saved. So I have a lot of stuff there. And then notebooks from when I was a kid are probably just like somewhere around in the world. I'm not sure if they exist still.
Oh shit! So like
Somebody gets their hands on them, then
please claim the
not
copyrights.
gonna make a lot of money because I was a pretty shitty writer as a kid. But no, yeah, a lot of the stuff is online. Everything's online.
Okay.
Sam is saying,
I was just gonna
read.
And what's wrong with fishing? You can widen your reach. Don't stereotype. The people from these areas will not exactly.
But it's, at the end of the day, it's how you personally feel.
Yeah,
A lot
I mean,
of people.
that's a very good
Yeah.
point.
It's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I even work at a company where that's what I'm saying. There are certain instances in where I can do it, like because I work for this production house now, and my talent of theirs. If they have a request, it's my job to see to it that that request is fulfilled.
Yeah.
And so therefore I write that kind of song. But if it's for my own personal, like if it's for an album or if it's for something that is directly tied to just me, then I personally find it.
But
boring.
there's one more interesting thing that I always want to ask. How do you deal with censorship?
Oh, that's the worst, really. In the beginning, I was very mad. I was very angry at the fact that I would have to, like, in order for me to get views or to get noticed or have my music come across to people that might like it, I would have to censor myself. I'd get really angry, right? Then I remember I was having a conversation and somebody said, well, if there's a way that you can write and you can keep the vanity or like the cuss words out in order for you to get to that audience, which will then be introduced to like what you really want to say. Is there really a huge problem with that? And I remember that's really my ego that gets in the way. And I'm like, that's very different from changing what you write to fish for different fans. Because of course, if you're writing something, because I have this thing where I say sometimes vanity helps like excel the message that I'm trying to put out there, or sometimes it's emphasis on something that I want to point.
Or sometimes I feel that
Something sounds better.
Yeah, and also when aggressive energy comes in, profanity makes it a little bit more,
Profanity is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes profanity just it emphasizes whatever idea you're trying to get out there.
Exactly.
And so,
because even the listeners, when they're listening to, and as I said, when they try to relate, if there's something like an aggressive energy or a song that you want to write with, like for example, all the injustice you face or something like that. So she's saying loving the vibe has.
No, she's saying question. Tell us about the
shit, I
production
forgot.
house. What did they offer for you to let go of independent
Well, I didn't let go of my like independent music.
Have you sold your soul?
No. A lot of people think that. That's a conversation that's had with a lot of people in the music industry, or just like in the industry per se, where they think that you have to limit yourself to what you're, like used to doing in order for them to gain capital, or profit. But it's different in my case, or the production house, because it's like I still have freedom to do whatever I want. It's whether or not they can jump in and help is where the line, is where the line is drawn in terms of like, let's say, I have this collab project idea that I'd like to work, on with this other artist. I think it'll be really great. If they don't think it'll make the money, then they'll just say, well, good luck with that. You do whatever you have to do. If they think it will make a lot of money, that's when they jump in and say, we'll promote it, we'll help you do this, we'll shoot a music video. So I still have all my freedom to do whatever it is I want. And then in terms of what they get is, because I've signed with them, if they have projects that they need help with, then I'm just obliged to help with those projects. Okay. I can still say no as well. That's the beauty of it. But then, like, for the most part, it's a job. So I think of it as a job. I still have my own time, and they've given me all the time in the world, and absolute like full access to the studio and stuff. And so it's a great deal.
That's awesome.
And in the beginning, of course, you're just. I mean, me as naturally, I get very. I'm not doubtful of people, but nor am I cynical. I just have I have many experiences with people where it's just like I'll see through a lot of bullshit, and so like I don't like bullshit. So,
no one likes it. No one likes it.
But so yeah, it took a while for that wall to be broken down. But then I love where I'm at, and people that are helping me out there.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
So that's pretty.
So shout out to Production House for
Pinnacle Hub. Pinnacle Hub. That's I carry them on my back now, and so. It's a new journey. I'm going to sign them for a couple of years, and I started to work with them also. Like I'm helping out their social media, so they're really doing whatever they can to keep me motivated and to keep pushing me in the direction that I want to go.
That's awesome, and the fact that they're not censoring you as well, that's like great. That for an artist, that's like especially in this region where it's a lot of like restrictions and rules and laws, and it's
very on the spot.
Exactly.
Things happen,
exactly. So considering that your reach is very widespread now, so
it's very good. I'm very happy for you. I'm proud of you. At least you are one of the few musicians that actually is like doing something with the thing here, which is like very rare to
exactly, and getting into different like streams of art, not just in one particular stream. True. So
it's a good segue. Do you remember the section in the show that I give you two options and then you can choose, So
but
anyway.
This time I made a little spice it up.
So. For the people that they're watching this segment called like we still didn't have a name for it. So it's like basically I will give him two options. He can choose whichever he wants, and if he wants to explain, he can explain about it. If not, we can go to the next.
I can answer this question real quick.
Okay. When are we getting the EP? I guess, please.
You will definitely get it within the next 365 days. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. So wait for it.
It could be really long. It could be really short. But you will get it soon.
But he is working hard, and his like the new stuff. I mean the collaborations and those.
Oh, I just dropped something tonight. If you guys are on my social media,
that's what even I was going to tell you before that when I was making.
I saw it. The whole TikTok video.
I haven't touched my phone yet, so I still have yet to check it out.
It was a hard thing to get, to get him on the phone, because the best part was like when I called him like an hour and a half before the show. Was like, where is like he didn't answer me. They said like, I'm recording a track, bro.
It's
good to be busy this way, man.
And also the fact that you're so busy and doing so many things, and you made time for us. Like, thank you so much.
Oh my God! Support your local artists and your local.
Thank you so much.
It means the world to us, man. I mean,
exactly. Considering that you barely met him like a few handful of times. I mean,
thanks for having me on as a guest, even though I'm not as big as I might be at one point.
Oh man!
But like, hopefully
you're getting there, man. You're getting. It is a slow process.
Too humble.
Man,
you heard it from them, not me.
The thing is, like, this road is so
treacherous.
it's like it has a lot of obstacles in your way, and it depends on your grind.
Exactly.
And like
and how you deal with the
coming
obstacles
from
as well.
like for me, I've been into the whole music scene in Dubai since 2007, and
I'm trying to
it was
encourage
just-
him to get him singing as well. I mean, like doing vocals for the band, not singing, but like
Right.
are you leaving or you're just waving?
I think she's clapping. She's clapping.
Oh,
she's-
clapping. Nice,
okay.
nice. Thank you very
The
much,
screen is so
Sam.
far away from us, so
Yeah.
we can't really decipher.
So, as a musician, everyone has that struggle, but I'm very happy and proud that you're actually keeping it going
Thank you,
on, and
thank
you're
you.
grinding on different platforms
Exactly.
with no help, which now you're
Getting
you're
some help, yeah.
you're catching the eyes of
And
everyone.
the other day I was looking at your stories. I think it was just yesterday or something. It was like he didn't want the spotlight just on him, and you were letting the other like I think they were teammates or I don't know, the other guys who were shooting hoops, and you specifically said that like not on me, like
Oh
keeping the
yeah.
spotlight
That's,
on
that's,
them.
that's the family.
Like that's like that's unique because anyone who would get any kind of attention would want who the fuck is
I think she knows you a lot,
Does she,
man.
does
She knows
know
you.
you very like okay.
She's talking about me. All right? Just so you guys know.
I think she knows you very well.
What are you guys trying to say? What are you guys trying to say?
She knows the side of him that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I'm not humble. That's for sure. 100%. I am not.
Oh no, man, you're legit.
Don't do that now. Don't feed my ego now, because I'm gonna go off of that.
What is this? She tells me the same thing. I'm like, listen, you are a good person. Why you're ashamed?
No, because see, I
It's
tell
weird.
him.
It's just like when you say, "How do you feel when people tell you that your music helps them?"
Yeah.
I feel weird when somebody says that. People are just meant to be good in general.
Exactly,
like, just be good.
when he praises me or compliments me, I get so cringy, and then
Right.
I tell him that I don't want it to get to my head.
Right,
Like
right.
I want to be like this for life. So
Like if
that,
you say thank you to somebody,
Yeah.
and then they go, "Oh, that's so nice of you." I'm sorry, do you not say thank you to people? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
Oh man, dude,
Yeah,
there is a
those
lot
are
of
like
pain.
tortured souls. I feel bad.
that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. It's just like it's
Yeah.
just people doing what they're supposed
Yeah.
to do.
Anyway, let's get into the game section.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sam and whoever is watching us, you guys can join us.
Yeah, you can put
Just-
in your own
yeah,
questions.
Yeah, your
and
own
stuff
questions.
Like that. Is she saying?
Imposter syndrome.
Imposters.
I think she's just gonna drop these comments every once in a while.
She came on as a fan, but now she's here as a basher.
Now
So like,
I'm regretting. We should have known about her before.
Yeah.
We should have called her for this
Yeah.
show.
yeah, she would have given you guys some great
Yeah,
content. Yeah.
you should have been here with
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Anyway, we'll start with the first one, so you guys can join us with your choice in the comment section. So feel free. Okay, Hadi, first choice: German cars or American cars?
Oh my God. It's funny because I'm going to be the face of My Ride Expo, but my information on cars
Ooh.
is nowhere near.
What is the dream
Okay.
car?
It's so bad. My dream. I remember when. Okay, I'll give you this. When I was a kid, I used to love the Buick. There was.
Ooh, those were some.
I forget which year this car was, but the Buick Bengal, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
was at one point a dream car.
Mhm.
Now I'm very much into Jeeps.
Oh, so
Ooh.
American. We're talking American.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
American.
Jeeps.
Right.
Are you talking Wranglers or
Wranglers? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Wranglers.
Nice,
Nice.
nice. So okay, second one is working with creative control or working with a manager.
Will I not have creative control if I have a manager? Is that what the question?
No, I mean, for example, like having your own reins on everything, or having someone manage you.
Oh, I've realized that my management skills are not as great as I would like them to be.
Mhm.
So if I did have a manager that saw eye to eye with everything that I wanted to do, that would be
Like a balance
great.
between letting you do your thing, but also like keeping you in
Having,
check.
yeah,
Mm.
more on somebody that knows my schedule or reminds me of the things that I have to work on, tasks and all that. Because if it's creative stuff or creative content, then my head is just forever.
Sam is saying USA, USA.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say
So you like the balance out of like
yes. I do need help, of course, with a lot of
Okay.
things.
Okay.
But
And,
yeah, I mean,
try to
but
do too
again,
many things on my
as
own.
you like.
But that's interesting
yeah.
because
A lot of people will say
you
creative freedom.
exactly
Yeah.
because you would
Because I
want
think
to have.
I'll always have my creative freedom. I'll always be able to come up with something that might be either the biggest thing or the next. I can always have that. But it's managing. Exactly. When, how much, knowing my limits and stuff. That's
She's saying so basically an assistant.
No, because the manager would have a say as well, if ever. Like the people
I mean,
that I
he
work
could,
with.
he or she
Yeah.
could hook you up with the
for
good
example,
gigs and
like
stuff
how you,
like
how
this.
you said, like to get better offers and like to
Yeah.
make your image in a way
Yeah,
where
because like I'm not the greatest at the end, like sometimes like I get so impatient with people.
Mhm.
So
Oh, yeah.
if I'm in an event or if I'm in a situation where if it goes the right way, I could come out, with either a lot more funds to create something or an
Mhm.
opportunity.
Mhm.
Sometimes I can fuck that situation up just by feeling like I don't want to be there.
Mhm.
So if there's somebody that has more patience than I have that can
Yeah.
handle that
Yeah.
for my good,
Yeah.
for my for my betterment,
Mhm.
then sure, I'll have somebody.
That's
on board that can do
interesting.
that,
That's a
yeah.
very
So whoever
interesting
wants to manage Hadi, please contact Hadi
It would
Rushdy.
be a
at,
very long interview. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Yep. So moving on, Batman or Superman?
That's such a generic question.
Hey, that's my
We
question.
can go into detail about it. I mean, like, obviously Superman is the coolest because first of all you're invincible, you fly, of course, kryptonite. But like at the end of the day, Batman has to do a lot more with things that that is very human.
Mm.
He's limited in terms
Exactly,
of so
yes.
Batman represents hard work, commitment, complete discipline, and just
Wow.
sticking. Yeah, and so I like that about Batman.
Okay.
Superman has a very strong moral compass, in where he will just always want what's right. He will always fight for justice. Same goes for Batman. Batman is more human though, which is why I like Batman.
Yeah.
So I will say that also Batman's suit is way cooler than Superman's.
I agree.
I was about to kick you out of the house because I thought you were going with Superman, but
Because
thank
I
you
mean,
very
at
much
the end
to
of the day,
re-
though, if I could fly and I was invincible, I'd choose that over, having a bunch
I
of
get
tools.
it. I get it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, as
Batman's
yeah.
story and character and darkness is more human to me, and I love that.
Oh, that's a very
great,
great
that's
answer.
Yeah.
Always, personally, what?
Personified rich white
Bruce
I mean,
Wayne.
yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
Bruce Wayne
Bruce
left the Wayne family to live off as a somebody that has nothing and had to steal also, and had to learn the
Yeah.
evils of the world in order for him
Exactly.
To get his-
understand.
Also, we're growing up
Yeah.
without any like parental
Yeah.
figure other than
his butler.
his butler. Exactly.
Yeah.
So moving
What's his
on.
name? Arthur? What's his?
Alfred.
Alfred.
yeah.
I knew it was an A.
So moving on. Theme parks or watching a documentary?
If I was younger, I would have said theme parks, but my body cannot handle roller coasters anymore.
Oh, shit.
Found
Okay.
out the hard way. So
Oh.
okay.
threw up after the second one. I can't. I love roller coasters. I
Oh,
love theme
shit.
parks.
Have you been here to IMG World?
Yeah, that's.
Have you been to Velociraptor?
I've been to. I don't know. No. I went to Motion Gate.
Oh,
yeah,
I did
yeah.
Madagascar. I did the.
Did you do
Games
the
one.
the Hunger Game
Yeah.
bullet train? They have like
Yeah.
a bullet
Yeah,
train.
yeah.
Dude,
No, the
that's-
bullet train it's a virtual ride. It's the roller. They have a roller coaster
Yeah,
as well.
the one on the
Okay.
corner. Dude,
Yeah, yeah.
there was like 65 minutes
I still have
standby.
to go to,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Motion
it was
Gates.
just crazy.
Yeah, I can't do
Mine
that.
would be less
Can't do
probably.
that anymore.
But dude, if you ever happen to go to IMG World, I mean, you're not in. By the way, if you're into documentaries now, what is your favorite
Ooh,
like?
I watch a lot of conversations between Nobel Prize winners. It's weird, yeah.
Ooh.
I like watching people who have that high level of achievement just converse, because it's nice to see how human they are.
So, which is the kind of documentaries which you like to suggest to viewers, or especially? I'm very intrigued now.
Oh no, they're conversations that you can find on YouTube actually.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm more of a podcast person also. So a lot of
Same here.
stupid
Yeah.
podcasts.
She loves Chris D'Elia's.
Oh my
I like-
god!
I like Chris
He
D'Elia,
is
yeah, he's
hilarious.
hilarious.
So whenever
Their little
Yeah.
band of
Yeah,
podcasters.
yeah.
I love
So
them.
whenever I
Tongue in
post like
beak.
we are going on, I always say firing on all syllables. Like
Right,
that's what
right.
he says. So like
Yeah.
dumb shit like that.
I say stuff like,
Yeah.
put a dent.
Put a
Yeah.
not a dead.
Not a dent. Yeah.
And the most
You wanna know what I hear?
heavy Italian.
You know what
accent.
I hear? Fucking excuses. I don't hear. But yeah.
Sam is
And he
saying.
says free conch.
Saying decolonizing
He's just-
minds, brothers and sisters. Very political.
Yeah,
verse.
exactly.
So-
she hates the white man.
it-
Just letting you all know.
Oh.
Just kidding. Steve Urkel.
Okay, so moving on. Gory movies or scary movies? None?
Either.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so what are your like?
I get scared when I watch horror films.
So you watch like funny.
Well, if it was just those two, I'd pick gory over horror.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
You have
I
the
get
stomach
scared.
to.
I get so
So
scared
Quentin
easily.
Tarantino over like.
Yeah, like Stephen King. Yes, definitely.
Nice.
I scream like, if anything, I probably have the bitchiest scream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very high.
I just pictured them.
Yeah. Very high pitch. Yeah. I talk like shit. Like, fucking behind you. I'll say that shit.
Yeah.
Out loud. Yeah.
So you should not go to
Nice.
any haunted house.
I used to work at a haunted house, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh.
I worked as one
Wait,
in
what?
New York. Yeah, in New York. I was a scary
That is
clown.
such a fun job. Do you just
It was the
want-
best. Just scare people.
What was your like one incident that always like stuck
Well,
with you?
every
Like,
time
one reaction?
before, because it was a huge event and it was during Halloween, people would travel all the way just come to this specific. It was like it was a meadow. It was like a haunted haze kind of thing.
So
So it's
you
outdoors.
go up to them, right?
Yeah, we can go up to them.
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
those. Dude, I can't wait to
It's
go.
crazy. It's basically like a cornfield, like a maze.
I think people are just walking around. Is it?
I was saying over 30 can't handle.
Not afraid at all. I'll scream my ass off if I have to. But no, when I was working at the haunted spot, I had two jobs. One was the storyteller, so I was the first person you saw. I was whatever character. I'd bring you into the forest and talk about it, scare you before you get in there. And the second one was my favorite. Was I was the mobile scary clown, so I could move wherever I wanted. I had this $200 mask that they provided me with, which was like it was so.
Especially considering
So
America
scary.
went through that scary clown phase.
Right. So I know all the. We'd have bets before we opened up the event and say like, if who would get a crier, who would have somebody quit, you know. Like,
Yeah.
So
what
I
was
made.
your incident like?
Oh my
when
god!
you
I
were-
made people cry.
Oh shit.
Yeah, grown people cry. Yeah.
Were you
yeah.
like walking around with a chainsaw in hand?
So
or something?
that's another character. I could get like a baseball bat or something, and I would like hide. There's a part where they go through a container, and there were zombies in the container. When they came out, it was like a dump where there was like electronic, like what do you call it? Just like what do you call this? You know, you like used cars or like electronics.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So like I would hide behind a washing machine.
So it's like a dumpster.
Yeah, like something like a dumpster where it was electronics run. And I would, with the baseball bat, as soon as they walked out of the container,
You just jump out?
smash the washing machine. That would make such a loud sound, and they would freak out. And I just pop out, and I get as close to them as I can.
Was this at night?
Yeah, it's always at night.
Oh,
Always
shit.
at night. Yeah. And so
But anyone's face or like anything?
yeah,
they
so
did
this
that's-
person tripped as he was running backwards.
Oh,
A girl,
okay.
sorry, it was
Okay.
a girl as she was running backwards, and she tripped, and I just kind of just like stood over her, and like I just kept, and she was just
She
like,
was
no,
in her pants.
I quit, and she was just, and so I just had to like quickly back away for them, give them space to get to the next part.
Okay.
But yeah,
So I've been to a haunted house here in again IMG World. There is one, and dude, it is a bomb experience. Like your adrenaline
Yeah,
is so
I know.
high. When you-
I can't
I came
stomach
out. I
that.
came out that thing with my heart
Oh,
racing.
Vishal is here. What's
Hi,
up, Vishal? Thanks a lot for dropping
How are
by.
you?
What's up? We're all good. This is our guest, Hadi Rushdy, the
What's up?
rapper and
Yep.
the model.
Don't say
We're
that.
just talking about
and he
his
plays
journey.
basketball, and he's like
He's
into
one of
multiple
these guys.
things.
You know, he has a lot of
things
talent.
on my plate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't categorize him into
I
anything.
also don't like scary movies.
Yeah, we're actually you guys joined in a section that we're
Yeah,
we're
we're
giving him two
discussing-
options that he
Exactly.
can choose. So you guys feel free to join in and give us your
So
options.
I love scary movies a lot. Like I'm that nuthead that will no lights, no blanket, nothing.
Can't do
just
that.
watch.
Can't do that.
Sometimes I'm telling
it.
like, woman, how the hell you're seeing? Are you a bat?
Right.
Like, what are you?
Yeah.
Like the blinds are down. There's no lights. Like I'm like,
No. But that's
Yeah.
I can't do that. Cannot do that.
I can't.
Just suspense. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Too scared. Yeah.
Let's get to the real stuff. Rapping about deep stuff or diss tracks.
Do I like making or listening? to?
Which one do you choose? Like, do you like to like write about substance or dissing people? Like, where do you feel pleasure?
Both really.
Do you
I
have
love-
a diss track?
Have you made
I mean, most of my freestyles are just like me dissing other rap, like not like
Specific names.
Not specifically, yeah. It's like flexing or just like you know, because rap is also like you know you bang on your chest and you kind of just want to claim your spot, and you're better than whoever is going up against you, is trying to get your spot. So like that, I love that. I do that really easily. Substance comes once in a while, but when it does come out, it's very important.
It's heavy, and his stuff is really it will touch.
I like the
those
way he
corners of your-
also like kind of underlined the keywords, but in very
in
like
a subtle
disguised
Right.
ways. Like
Yeah.
you have that moment. You catch my drift.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty much all my long, like Astronomical, the one you heard, is one of my. I take a lot of pride in that song
That's
because
very
I
deep,
talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Of it.
a lot of.
So
So I'm gonna force him more to play like all that music of yours instead of like Skinny and Offset and all that bullshit where they just show.
Don't
off
worry. When I
about
have full length
how
songs, you guys will be the first ones to get.
Yes,
man, for
please,
sure.
Please.
Just let's get back to the comments.
Vishal is saying just got back from work, so I'm so glad that finally you're getting to relax.
Sam is on your ass, man.
She's saying
Camping, Sam, camping. All right. I ain't never been in a boogie resort.
What is a boogie resort?
Dude,
Hey, you're talking to a slow person, so I don't know. Like, excuse me for my.
explain America. Explain. You know that
excuse me.
mean we
No,
should say-
just where all the all the boogie happens.
What is a boogie?
like for example, like a Playboy Mansion.
Ah, look, I'm slow. I didn't know that. Excuse me, internet.
Why?
I'd go camping.
But sometimes I have that moment that damn, I married him.
Yeah, she really contemplate herself like why I'm here. Like
Wake up
why?
in the middle of the night and her bags are packed. And then, where are you going? Oh, nowhere.
Just groceries.
Just practicing. My escape. I'm just kidding.
All right, it's all cool. Moving on. Okay, this is a NBA type of option.
Okay. There's only two options right now, though.
You would know it for sure, Lakers or Celtics.
What depends on what year, depends what era.
Whatever. We're not talking LeBron.
Lakers.
Lakers. Okay.
I'll go Lakers.
Yeah. There you go. Although I'm a Celtic fan as well, but Lakers.
Celtics fan now?
No.
Or
since
when?
since Larry. Since
Since
whole.
Larry Bird?
Yeah.
Who else was on that team?
Wait. Don't fucking put me on the spotlight. Why I know about Larry Bird, why I liked Celtic, I will tell you that because it was 96 Jordan.
Uh-huh.
So it was that run.
Okay,
Jordan,
okay,
Rodman,
okay.
Pippen, and what was the
Larry
other
Bird
one?
wasn't playing in that time.
What?
Larry Bird wasn't playing in 96.
But they played. No. They played against Jordan in the early years.
Oh, okay.
So who was the? Not Vucic. What was that? They actually brought a three-pointer guy.
In the Celtics?
No, and Bulls. He was
John Paxson?
no.
Steve Kerr?
No, Steve Kerr. No. He was a European guy.
I know what you're talking about. Big.
Kucic?
Kucic, yeah.
Dude, that guy is amazing. Like out of the whole
But that's
team.
a Chicago Bull, though.
Yeah. That's why
So
I
you
told
like-
you
okay,
because I
okay.
was so into like Chicago Bulls.
Right.
I know about I like
know about-
Celtics.
gotcha, gotcha.
Dude, I
So
played.
I'm so lost here because I'm more of a football person, so
Yeah.
I'm not much
Real
into
Madrid,
football.
Real Madrid,
Real
or
Madrid.
Barcelona.
Represent
Real Madrid.
Real,
Yep.
Real Madrid.
That's
Okay.
one of the things that he asked me first. So.
Yeah, Bundle is saying Boogie Resort.
Where college kids go camping, Anna Slasher
Slasher.
showing up, first victim.
Oh, she's a Celtics fan. Here you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. You have a fellow
But
Celtics fan.
dude, for me, Lakers. I was a Heat guy for a while.
Yeah, me too.
So
Wayne
it's-
Wade is my favorite player.
So for me nowadays I'm not going because that whole the Lakers is just a powerhouse now. So for nowadays, I liked the finals last year. It was
What
a
about
very.
this year? Phoenix
I
and
still
Milwaukee.
didn't watch. I still didn't watch. Man, I'm so dude. The moment I got
Do you like Chris Paul?
Chris Paul, dude, my lineup.
Chris
my-
Paul's one of the best point guards in the world, right?
No, for me, like my lineup would be. I'll tell you. I will not even include LeBron.
Okay.
So my lineup would be Devin Booker.
Okay.
Okay.
He's in the finals.
Yeah, Devin Booker. I'll bring, dude, Anthony Davis any day.
Okay.
Anthony Davis. Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a G.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Celtic.
Yeah. What ball? Lonzo.
Lonzo Ball?
Yeah,
No.
that guy is great, man. Like, dude, James
What
Harden.
lineup is this for, though?
Like, if I want to make a roster, I would like it.
This
It's
is
gonna
your
be
roster.
a dream team,
This is your dream team?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have other people.
What were yours?
Fifth. You have one more. You don't have a big man
okay.
yet. You need a big man.
Yeah, like a center, I would put DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, so you like Phoenix then?
Not Phoenix, but I like these players because
Right. I mean, like
If I-
two
if
of them
I
are from
could-
are in the finals right now.
I know.
Yeah.
If I could bring all these guys to Lakers, that would be the best. You know, like.
Gotcha.
Anyway, enough talking of me. This is not the show about me. It's about the guests.
Yes,
so
sir. Yes, sir.
you should have
Yeah, but-
redirected it.
What? I'm just letting you guys have a.
Oh,
decent
if you want to know my top five,
conversation.
anyways, Michael
Next
Jordan,
one,
Kobe
next
Bryant,
one.
Shaq,
I asked
LeBron.
Next one gonna. Okay,
Can you
want
even
it?
listen to his first?
I'll go Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I'll go Shaq.
So you're bringing in old school people as well. Okay.
I mean, if you want to build a dream team, right?
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, okay.
And then I'll go Magic Johnson, and I'll add in Dwayne Wade because he's my favorite.
You're putting Kobe out.
Kobe's there.
Did he
So
say
it's
Kobe?
Michael, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq.
did.
Oh, I didn't say okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaq
yeah.
I
and
was
Magic.
like-
There you go. So it's
That's what
Michael,
Kobe is.
Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, and Magic.
So basically,
Magic Johnson.
98%
Yeah.
Lakers.
She's saying this is how non-Americans speak. Y'all changing who you like according to nonsense. One team for life.
One team
Why?
for life.
Next one is LeBron or Jordan. Who's the goat in your opinion?
I'm gonna say Jordan. Jordan started everything. Jordan's my favorite. Yeah. He's
Do you
definitely-
agree that there is no such a term as GOAT? I mean, Jordan is just a different.
It's just different eras. It's
Different eras
goats
and,
for different
like,
eras. Jordan
Like
was the
this
goat of his
debate is
era.
going on, and like you know,
I think LeBron's the goat of this era.
LeBron has the agility, in my opinion. You know, but he sucks at 3-pointers, man.
No, he doesn't.
He does. Dude.
No, he has a very high percentage.
He was good at when he was in Miami.
No, man.
When he was in Heat, he was great.
No, he has
Lakers,
a high,
he sucks,
He has a
man.
very high three-point percentage.
He gets lucky, dude. Look at Anthony Davis. Every freaking
I'm not
time.
saying I'm not saying for argument wise. I'm just saying facts wise.
I know, but I mean that's a personal thing. I don't know. I think
okay.
LeBron is that guy that everyone is like, oh, LeBron.
Because
You know,
he's 6'8" and he can do all these things. It's,
he is good. I will give him that. But it's like, you know, that artist that you know he is good, and everyone is like, okay, we know he's good. Let's move on. You know, it just
You
gets.
have to give credit where it's due.
Although I'm a Lakers fan, but I mean, yeah,
Right.
he is good.
Yeah,
But
he's great. He's great.
okay, stop it.
Yeah.
So for you is Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those two, yeah.
So next one is digital art or hand drawn art.
Oh, that's depends. It's
Like visual, like when you look at something, what do you
sometimes
prefer?
I mean, I think now I will say digital art because
Hmm.
I've seen some crazy pieces and just like, and everything's online also. You don't
Exactly.
have to go to a museum anymore. You just
Yeah, actually, that's so true and
Yeah.
kind of sad.
so yeah, in that sense, yeah.
Yeah.
The culture of going
Yeah.
and appreciating.
Like for example,
person.
me, I like physical art a lot.
Yeah.
So like.
No, I'm not saying I hate
Yeah.
hand-drawn painting
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
art. It's just digital now makes it so, especially with our generation also, just so cool. Like I
Yeah.
love anime, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
I love anime.
And I've seen some people out there, even with the simple equipment like iPads, they just create amazing things.
Dude, Bundlehead. Bundlehead saying Pippin? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Six
Do
man
we
of the
talk
year.
about philosophy
while they finish up.
No, I mean, dude, we can talk about anything. Hadi is your guest as well, so you
Yeah,
guys can
yeah.
just pop in with whatever
Just
topic
ask
you guys want to ask him.
Philosophy, I'm interested. What that would be.
Yeah, you guys open the floodgates. So, last one: spicy food or savory?
Spicy food.
Nice.
Damn.
That is.
Really?
Yeah.
You're into spicy food? Is it because?
Why is it a shocker for
No,
you?
but because I know a lot of dude. Come on, Filipinos.
Oh. I
They
mean,
don't-
don't generalize, man. So many Filipinos like spicy food as well.
I am shocked.
The thing is, like in Iran, for example, spicy food is like we don't even have a dish that is like super spicy or like
Yeah.
to like the level of Indian cuisine and stuff like this. But as he said, they're like half and half when it comes to Filipinos, which I'm really
But I
like
guess
surprised.
Filipino food is very influenced by Spanish food, I guess.
Yeah.
So there has to be amount of flavor and spice
There
to
is,
it.
there is
Lots of
a lot.
seasons, lots of
Yeah.
salt,
Yeah.
lots
A
of
lot
vinegar.
of.
But I like
Yeah.
spicy food just.
Is it a Dubai thing because you grew
I
up
think
here?
it's just a me thing, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people, even if you're from a region, just because it doesn't mean because your body can take it or not. Like, not everyone from a
But I
specific.
mean,
Just
come
think
on.
spice adds a lot of flavor.
Yeah, I know, but imagine if you were
generalizing.
since you were a kid and your family didn't feed you anything spicy.
But you're
then
having
what?
it now with your wife.
You're not getting the point. I'm saying when you're not like
You're not used to it.
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
used to it and-
Yeah, that's what I said. That maybe your body cannot process.
No, what he's saying I think is what you're not used to eating growing up. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, maybe
okay.
because
it's
you
not a common theme
yeah,
in your dishes.
you
Yeah.
had it around you that's why your body is like, your body
Yeah.
builds up that tolerance for
Yeah.
taking
I
it.
guess I had a fair amount growing up. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like spicy things.
Nice.
Tabasco, hot sauce, and everything.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Oh, he's a
the
Dakus
coos.
guy.
Or like just a cayenne pepper.
Like sometimes I'll cook like.
Oh my god, dude, she puts this much of chili flakes. I don't know what type of chili flakes you got. It's like what?
It's a
Nuclear
normal
cheese.
thing I use for garlic bread and stuff, so don't overreact, okay? It's just that you cannot take it.
Sam is saying, if you could get rid of one of these human aspects, race, religion, class, which would it be? And why?
Oh damn! I need a soundboard with bombs dropping. That's an amazing question.
Yeah, but it's too
Too open.
filled. It's a big question.
How do you?
But I have a very strong dislike. People know me and my personality for class. I don't like the class system at all. But of course, and I'm not an academic, and I haven't studied each of these aspects thoroughly and stuff. It's just everything is based on my experiences. But class is really something that gets in the way of a lot of things. And growing up here, especially, and of course I can't be critical about it, which is the thing that I hate the most.
Exactly.
It's such a huge factor with it's the same thing with identity crisis, because you don't know where and how to stand with your beliefs, because you're not allowed to voice them out when it comes to where you live.
Exactly.
So that's why I get triggered when people start talking about other places, because there are people that are suffering. I don't want to be too. I can't be too specific.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's exactly what we're.
That's why I hate it. But no, also in the Philippines, growing up there as well, it's a third world country, and so majority of the people are in mostly poverty and working class, and so it pulls a lot of people back. Ceilings are set so low for people.
Yeah.
I want to break that system, and it doesn't make any sense because it's very vague, but if we could all manage to teach the next generation that we all have things, equal opportunity is what I fight for all the time.
Yeah.
People will have advantages and there are going to be obstacles for other people, but the fact that each party has the same opportunity to reach a certain place, I want to just emphasize that. So for example, I'll use myself as an example. The rap game. I don't get a lot of respect. I don't get a lot of leeway. I don't get a lot of recognition because of how I look like. This is not to do with class at the moment, right now for this example. But the fact that I can do these things and I'm allowed to put stuff out there, and I'm given an opportunity somehow to get to the top, even if there's more obstacles along the way. I love that. It makes the challenge a lot more. It makes it more exciting. But when it comes to class also, because there's a lot of people growing up that feel they can't reach a certain place because of where they are in life.
Exactly.
And that's what I want to get rid of. I just want them to know.
But I guess it's how the society has hammered them into also.
There is a lot of
it's like higher power shit.
That's what I meant by ceiling is set so low
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is, I would like, personally, I would love for them to understand that they can get there. It's just going to take longer. It'll be harder work.
Yeah.
You would have to be more determined.
Exactly.
You would have to be more
And to
wise.
stand out of everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah. So just the possibility of becoming successful or reaching to the point that you want to reach I just want that to be known. But
She's asking another great one. If you could be reincarnated as anyone in history to live their life or change something about history, who would you pick? Wow.
I mean,
I want her in all our streams now.
Yeah, please, Sam.
Damn.
If
She's
you're
a teacher,
enjoying-
so she's-
sorry. By the way,
Can you come here and co-host?
she is a person of education. So.
By the way, if you really
that's
like this
amazing.
content, please give us a follow, or we
Yeah,
would love to have you on board.
in all
Please.
of
You'll be
our-
their next guest. You'll be their next
I
guest.
would
We
love
would
to
love
pick
that.
her
We
brain
would love
as
to do
well.
that. So, who you have in mind?
Never really think about that because I try so much to live in the now and respect history. But if anything, it would have to be.
I know it's a very difficult question.
Yeah, it is.
to
Well,
very-
because
think
you
at
don't
the top
know.
of your
Yeah,
head.
you don't know what you want to change or what you think you might have an effect in. But if I could go back to when the Philippines was being colonized, and somehow this can get very all over the place. But like when the Spanish ruled, and they sort of like implanted the seeds of, because the seeds of corruption were implanted by the colonizers. If I could somehow have a say in not having those seeds planted, I'd do that, because that's the problem with colonization, especially like third world countries. It's this mentality, this colloquial mentality that prevents them from reaching their potential.
So do
and
you
it
have
sounds a little like not. I don't want to say elitist because it's coming from a person that's not the same, that doesn't look like them. But and it's easier said than done, of course. But anything to make a person realize their true potential is what I always will stand for.
So do you have any specific person from that freedom struggle or freedom fight, or any leader or anyone specific in mind who had an impact, who you would want to impersonate, as she asked?
They teach us a lot about a Filipino figure called Lapu Lapu, who was a warrior as well, and was involved with like when people came over to the Philippines, and it was just a figure that was taught. I don't have all the information I wish I had. This is where I wish I paid more attention in class.
Yeah.
But just a figure that was that big and that was talked about and that was taught in school. If I had my mentality in that person back there with their like passion or whatever it is that they were doing, I don't know. I try and do something to change that. But I'm trying to do that now.
She's asking kind of
another, I need another soundboard bomb drop.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Honestly, I think about that a lot, and I want to cause a snowball effect of change. Meaning, I don't have to be present for when the change happens, but I want to be present for the start of the change. So there's a great saying, and I forget the philosopher because I'm horrible with names, and as you can see as well, I'm terrible with remembering specific facts. But then there's a great line that goes, "Great men are those that plant the seeds of trees whose shade they will never sit in."
Wow.
So that's like,
who said this?
That's what he doesn't remember the name.
That's
somebody could Google that maybe.
That's an epic one.
Yeah, I live by that line, because people who do things for the betterment of others without knowing whether or not it will happen, just because they can, is the best thing. Like, just if you think about the saying, just imagine an old man putting a seed into the ground and watering it every day. And he will never see that tree. He will never see that tree. But that tree will act as a shade for the children of the next generation.
Exactly.
So he's protecting them before they're even there.
Yeah.
And so I would like to start something that could somehow in the future cause that kind of change. In my case, it's to go back to the Philippines and do whatever I can and learn as much as I can, and like somehow add to or build a system that can somehow bring it out of its third world.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, that's really great and brave also to bring yourself out there in that kind of capacity.
Yeah.
So she's asking another one. This is I think she's becoming your therapist now. What are the toxic traits you have recognized in yourself that you are working on?
I have many toxic traits. If we're gonna go deep, what time is it? No, is it really almost 11?
Wow, I can't believe we've been going on for 2 hours.
Could we have like a time limit for the next maybe 15 minutes? Could we stop at 11:15?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
sure,
anytime.
yeah, we can.
Okay.
We were just going because it's such
I
a.
pretty much missed out on something. I think I was supposed to meet up with some people. That's okay.
Oh, we didn't know.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
That's how much fun I'm having.
That's what happens.
Nor am I dodging any of the questions, but toxic traits, we can talk about. I have so many toxic traits. Like there's so many times where I'm very selfish because I'm very focused on what I want to do, and I've had issues in the past and wounds that have caused this wall to be put up. So it can be very sad when I'm if I attach.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it's hard for people to get attached to me because at some point I'll either say something or do something that's just very selfish. So that's one of my biggest toxic traits.
I can relate to that as well.
I have a lot of I procrastinate a lot when it comes to things outside of music. It's something that I really want to work on.
I think you're just getting to know yourself better with this new journey that you're taking in music.
But I mean,
which,
I
guess it's
anybody
evolution
who,
at each point that
you're
you
working on
recognize.
yourself.
It's like that's
but anybody who
that-
doubts the fact that they don't have any toxic traits is crazy. 'Cause everybody's got
exactly.
toxic traits.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like if that satisfies your question. I do have a bunch of toxic traits, but then like for the most part, I like to think that I'm very focused on what I want to do. And
that's awesome.
downside is sometimes it gets very lonely, but at the same time, I'm pushing towards what I want, and like I have to keep focused with that. So that's pretty.
So
much.
for a closing one, where like what are you up to these days, and what is your like upcoming stuff that it's gonna happen, where they can find like your updates and they can follow up with you.
Right. So everything that I post goes on TikTok first, followed by Instagram.
Okay.
And then all the videos that are going to be shot in the next few months, of course, I'm going to try building my YouTube channel again.
Nice.
That's nice.
And so yeah, right now I'm focusing on just working with Pinnacle Hub until I reach a point, maybe in the next few months, where I'm a little more comfortable. And I have to work on. I have my brand 50C as well that I'm trying to put out there.
Nice.
And it was a Greek phrase. Ronald.
She knows the code.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was a Greek phrase.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, I'm focusing on 50C, of course. That's my family. And Pinnacle Hub. I say this all the time, but I will try to get back in shape in the next few months.
And also Expo.
You will, man.
mentioned,
You will. Yeah, the Expo
as
My
well.
Ride Expo is happening in August, which is pretty big also.
Nice.
And
I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, we will. Now that we know, we will go for sure.
Exactly.
I think I have the tickets are in the car, and so I can give you guys 2 tickets.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
That would be great.
You'd have to buy them though. That's the
Yeah, we'll get it off you. No. We want to contribute. I always even
not
if
here.
he
I'm not
says-
here to make profit. I'm just saying,
No. Whenever he says, I always say no. We
Have
need
to
to make sure
impress
that
the
you
production
support
house.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
only $25 a ticket anyway, so it's
Yeah, it's
not
fine,
that
man. I
bad.
mean,
No
anyway, we
worries,
love
no
cars
And
and
it's
everything.
a 3-day event as well, so it's 3 days of fun.
Nice.
nice.
And you get a chance to win 20 scooters and 2 cars.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's
So you're
good.
automatically in a raffle. You might, if you win the car though, we will split the cost.
Dude, we have
sure,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
we have entered in our life 2 raffles and we won both times.
Right.
So like
What?
that's and at the same
100%?
place,
Yes,
same
it's
place,
her.
same restaurant.
Dude,
so-
we were just laughing about it.
Dude, it is. I don't know how it happened, but it's such a huge coincidence.
Wow.
So,
So
dude.
he's gonna make it fill me up. Fill
Yeah,
it
I
up
just
with
let
my
her
name.
fill up the coupons herself. Dude, to wrap it up, where they can
Yeah.
find your stuff, just
So
let us know
just type
about your
in
links.
Hadi Rushdy on TikTok and on Instagram. On YouTube, I'm known as the Bearded Kid. Twitter, I think it's Hadi Rushdy also, but I'm not so active on Twitter. Yeah, it's pretty much where you can find my stuff. Go back
That's-
to my new post that I just posted like 3-4 hours ago.
I still have to see it.
We need to catch up with a lot of things,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Any final words you have for the people that are watching?
For all the people that have been watching live, thank you so much. Of course, to the person that contributed the most to the conversation, Summer, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
a
thank
part
you
of the
so
show.
Thank you
much.
very
and I
much.
hope
Thank you so
to
much for
see her
being
again.
the fourth person on this podcast.
Exactly.
And to everybody that will watch this on the replay, thank you. Follow these guys. Also support all your local brands.
Thank you so
and also apologies to all the people who are familiar with Philippine history, and I couldn't really talk about the character that I want to be if I got reincarnated. But
No,
like
I'm
that's
a
just
history nut, so for me it's interesting to know. I would
Yeah.
definitely follow up on that.
that goes to show. Yeah, I
yeah.
need to get back into the study room and look up a few more things. But yeah, and also keep fighting the fight, man. It's cliche, but like you just gotta keep
It
on
works,
keep being
you know.
consistent. Yeah,
It
just like
works,
with you and your
it works.
podcast, man.
Yeah.
man, thanks a lot for joining us for
Yep,
this session, man.
really. Thank you so
It
we
was so fun.
appreciate
You know,
your
we can
presence.
go a longer
Yeah,
time.
probably
you know
go on
that.
until
I really
12.
didn't know it was 2
Yeah,
hours.
me
I
too.
didn't- yeah.
So, dude, it's a blast as usual, man. Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
down,
Thank you,
and
thank you,
we're
thank
gonna.
you.
It won't be the last one. You can come
Definitely.
down
We have to have
anytime.
you
We
over
can
again
talk about
whenever
ball.
you-
We can
yeah.
talk about games
And
or
we can
anything.
taste some more of Naza's cooking as well.
Sure,
so.
sure.
You
You're
can-
gonna
you
be
can
picking up some
You
food
can
now.
write me and I'll keep everything ready.
That's
Don't
what
worry.
happens to you
We'll
when
do
you
it.
come to a Convos and Chill session. You chill, you talk, and you
Yeah.
take food.
Yes. Take food home.
So if you guys enjoy this content, please give us a follow on Twitch and follow us on Instagram at Convos and Chill, on Facebook at Convos and Chill, and YouTube links is there as well. So again, thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you for
Banihal,
everyone who
Vishal,
tuned
whoever
in.
tuned
Thank
in.
you, thank
It
you.
means the world to us. So we're gonna see you guys on Sunday with another absolute shenanigans session, and
That'll be
take
just
care of
me and him
yourself.
talking.
Yeah, me and her just talking. Anyway, stay safe and have a good night,
Yeah.
and bye.
Bye.